Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick. You're the outstanding chat. I'm calm. I'm not yelling at anyone. I'm not throwing anyone out. I'm not pulling the fire alarm and getting everyone in a panic. I'm not pulling a Bobby. Bobby, I love you if you're watching. Thank you for finally ending your Jerry Lewis telethon, a 5-hour show in the afternoon. What's up to everyone in the chat? Let's kick this off. We will be back right after this.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So, here we are, Thursday night. What are we doing? Let's say what's up to everyone. First man here, always. He's on a streak right now, folks. He can't be defeated. He can't be stopped. He starts off the show. Boomtown ends the show. That's how it works lately. Alfonso's the first one here, and Boomtown's the mic drop at the end of the show. Alfonso, thank you. The first 3-month member in proud New York Jet fan history. Knob deep. Let me say, knob. I feel like my table is off tonight. Like it's too close. I don't know. Feels weird. 3 siblings is here, fresh out of the Bobby banter. Welcome. I'm here. And I wanted to announce before the show started, we are 11 memberships away. A couple fell off today. We are 11 members away from a Bobby emoji. A Bobby emoji is on the way. 10 more memberships. I gifted one. Brandon Bradshaw received it. The instructions on the bottom. New York Jets superfan is here. What's up? I mentioned his name. I knew he was here. Boomtown's here. Party with Peg and Artie are here. Mr. Bonesy's out on the prowl. It's getting freaky out in Long Island tonight. What a Bobby show. You're right. What a Bobby show. Johnny's in the house. Dark Soldier's here. Bobby! Assist My Suicide is here. Bobby's sleeping. I hope Bobby's sleeping. Jaden's here. Adirondack Fly Guy's in the house. Murdoch, I don't know. Allegedly, Scuttlebutt says Rumorville's flying around. I don't know. I came in after the fact and tried to calm him down. He was upset, but I think we moved past it. It's all good. Wish some of the homies were here. Missed you guys tonight. Oh, you got to be on your way home. I left there at 10:15. Didn't get back to New Jersey till like 1 o'clock in the morning. That's a hike, man. That's a hike out there. I would just go back to Alden and sleep there tonight if I were you. That's what I would do, bro. David D is here. It is Pride Month. Flag Day was last week. David supports both proudly. Yeah, Dark. I don't know. Whatever happens, man. Whatever happens. So how we feeling tonight, guys? How we feeling tonight? We are Wayne Krebet days until we have a New York Jet football game that matters. Again, second year in a row, we have to be one of the 2 teams that waits the longest to have our team play. Albert's here. What's up, Albert? Haven't seen you in a minute, man. Hope everything's great. Hope your life is on the up and up. David, I salute you and your flag. We have no judgment on this channel. We are an open, accepting community. And we love you for who you are and what you stand for. Question, though, is that the new Buffalo Bills flag? I just want to say, so everyone understands, make sure there's no confusion. Fuck the Buffalo Bills and their fans. All right. I felt like the first one didn't play clearly. It's probably because I have YouTube open in the background, too. Hey, I don't know. I'm not fruitcake. I think our friend Sarah had a little fruitcake going on in Australia earlier. You know, Bobby is sleeping right now. He's sleeping already. He might be hunched over on the desk, just asleep. There is it's tough doing a 5-hour show staring at a monitor the entire time. I've done 5-hour shows. I've done them. I was held at gunpoint last Thursday to do one for somebody's birthday. I don't know who, but somebody made everyone on the Eastern Seaboard and across the country sing happy birthday to him. Held me at gunpoint. Yeah, I hope he's eating. I hope he's eating, man. 5 hours is a long time. 5 hours is long. So, I do not have a guest tonight again. I know it's the down season. I know everyone's out. I did not have a guest for tonight for the throwdown. So I figured let's do some Jets takes. We'll do some questions. How about that? I haven't done it yet. I'm going to try it with YouTube. I don't know how to do this. Start Q&A. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm fiddling around in the back. You know what? Here, I know you guys love this, so I'm a man of the people. Let's watch this while I try to figure out the interwebs.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat, got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. My YouTube is blowing up and I'm becoming a star. Like takes are fresh like the clothes on VR. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop, nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop ours. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Blowski calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
So good. So good. Love it. I'll never get tired of that. So I posted the link in the chat, and I want to say before anyone clicks on it that I want Jets takes. I want Jets call-ins. I want Jets questions. I want Jets opinions. I want Jets conversations. You got to be all hung out after a 5-hour hangout with Bobby. So anyone popping on now, bring the Jets heat. Shout out to Tom in the chat. King Lowski. Look, listen, we have to listen to Knob. Knob has 50% ownership in this YouTube channel with all the gifting and super chats that he's done. So he is in charge. We listen to him. And now, for those of you all around the world who may want to hit your SAP button, now is the time. The interpretation of my man, Emmanuel Juanito Jimenez. I don't even know what I was doing with that. I'm sorry.
Ok, se le voy a decir esto. Mira, un jugador que estaba jugando por el equipo de nosotros, ¿verdad?
no, papi.
¿Quién era el jugador que tú crees que podía regresar los fútbol ahí con nosotros ahorita?
Ay, sí. La pinga está abajo.
Nah, I just asked in Spanish. Who would you think is like an ex-Jet returner that would fit perfectly right now with the new
Leon Washington. Short, quick, explosive, powerful.
over Bruce Harper?
I've never saw Bruce Harper before
Dude,
my time.
you know who in low key who I think was somebody that I would have loved to seen maybe, and I think he would be like a dual thing for us too, is you remember when Cromartie would return balls for us? Every single time I thought that dude would get the ball, I thought he was taking it back home. Every single time, bro.
He went full speed and wasn't afraid to get hit because he didn't do it all the time. So when he did go, some guys would juke, jive, like try to cut. He just said, I'm sprinting. And if you could just get me a little bit of a block, I can bust right through.
I just remember like the older heads would always talk about like Bruce Harper and how like electrifying that dude was. But I would have to agree with you. Leon Washington was somebody, or McKnight too, bro. McKnight was like super underrated as well.
Is your volume on?
R.I.P. Huh?
I usually hear you better. Why does my computer volume keep changing? All right, it's at 100.
That I think could have been me.
No, I had it all the way up, and then I hit function F3 to get the volume higher, and it's back down to 61. I don't know if it's fluctuating on its own.
I think you might have hit the SAP button.
I think I did. Good
Yeah,
call.
you did.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I just want to throw that out there real quick because I'm about to go lay in bed and whatnot. So hear your beautiful voice tonight.
Oh, the sweet sounds.
Yeah, man. But hey, that's the Jets take right there. Everybody help me out, man, because again, for me, I would love to see what Cromartie could have done. Just take one back home and see what would have happened with that. You know what I mean? So, but Joe McKnight is another one that I liked a lot as well. So,
Nice.
later, Nick. Appreciate you, bro.
Later, buddy. Have a good show tomorrow with VR. Well, fine. Fuck him. He left. I'll post a link for Johnny and Tio, Uncle VR. I always forget if it's Uncle or Tio first. I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you right now, though, because I'm looking it up. Tio. It's Tio. Hey, you know what? Even though Johnny is weird and does the pull-out method, and he fails at it quite often, let's show them some love. And if you haven't already, let's go over and give them a sub. We got 32 of you watching right now. I just dropped that link. They're at 80 subscribers right now. Let's try to get them to 100 tonight. Between everyone that's going to pop in and out of the show, let's give them a nice little push. Let's get them to that 100 mark and show them some love and support. If you got a second YouTube channel, like the other day I saw Jake say Nick Shine. Is that the Nick Shine? He goes, must have a second channel. I had my personal account for years that I would just watch, and then when we launched Proud New York Jets Fan, I created a second one. So thank you to whoever. I think that was Mike D's Nuts. But awesome. Next up, first-time caller into the show, I believe. I don't think he's ever been on with me before. Let's welcome Brandon. Brandon, have you been on before?
No, sir.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Nice. Where are you from, bro?
Piggott, Arkansas.
Arkansas. That's right. You did say that before.
Well, I called in to the Boy Green show the other day, and everybody was making fun of my accent. So I figured y'all'd figure out I was somewhere from the South.
Yeah, I thought you said it previously in the chat, and I'm pretty good with knowing the locations of everyone. I'm a geography dork. But awesome, man, awesome. So let me ask you. I'll do a little interview here with you. How'd you become a Jet fan from being from down there?
Okay, well, let's see. I guess I was about 6 or 7, and my dad, he's just one of those old-fashioned guys that's like kind of hard to bond with. And I had a Sony PlayStation, and there was a game called NFL Extreme 2.
Mm-hmm.
It had John Randall on the cover.
Yeah, I remember it.
And
Extreme Blitz? Was it
it was
Extreme
it was
Blitz?
called Extreme. It was like
Okay.
NFL Extreme 2. It wasn't the Blitz.
Okay.
I've never heard of anybody talk about this game. But
You're the first one ever. Look at that. Exclusive here on the Proud NYJ Fan channel.
exactly. And so, like I
Hey,
said,
you're getting some love.
I was probably 6 or 7, and we were going through the teams and whatnot. Well, it was the year after we went 12-4 with Vinny Testaverde.
99.
And so, yeah,
We went
so,
12-4 in 98, so 99 was the year after.
exactly. So they were like the best team on the game. They were even rated better than the Broncos on that game. And
They
I
were,
always,
because Elway retired.
yeah. And so I was like, I don't know. I just thought the quarterback's name was cool. I was like, Testaverde. And it's weird, but I'm like,
Say it again. Say it again.
Testaverde.
I love it. I
And
need that clip as an audio. Just you saying "test the birdie."
well, what's funny is where I live, I'm like a city boy compared to all my friends. Like,
Where
I
are
don't
you in
sound,
Arkansas?
yeah, I'm like, what was that?
Where are you in Arkansas?
As northeast as you can get without going into Missouri.
Okay. What's like the biggest town near you that like maybe I would know?
Well, probably Jonesboro. Demario Davis and I went to the same school.
Oh yeah.
So Arkansas State. So
okay. Same time? Or are you older, younger?
I started when he was, I think, like his senior year. So
okay.
I got to see him play, so that was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so anyway, that's in Jonesboro. So that's probably the closest.
Well, that sounds southern.
I know.
Jonesboro.
Jonesboro. But yeah, so anyway, over the years, I guess I went to the closest stadiums, Nashville, from me. So
really, okay.
So
for
I've
NFL, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first game I actually went to was the Greatest Show on Turf, because St. Louis is about 3.5 hours from us.
Oh,
and
nice.
so anyway, my mom's always been a Titans fan, so it was weird, but like 3 years in a row we played the Titans. And so anyway, I got to see a lot of Jets games through Nashville. Well, then last year the year that we made the playoffs, I got to go to New York for the first time.
Oh yeah?
And never been on a plane before. That was the only way I was getting on a plane was to go see the Jets. So we went my senior year, and we were playing the Houston Texans, and Darrelle Revis, he shut down Andre Johnson that game. And
he did.
But now that game at halftime, they were up like 13 points on us. And my mom was like, do you want to go? Do you want to leave? I was like, fuck no. We flew the whole way here.
Oh,
like,
that's the Santonio Holmes catch, right? At the end?
We had, I'm trying to think. I think it was, we hit
Mark Sanchez, right?
Yeah. We hit Braylon Edwards for a big gain.
Yep.
And it was like we knew it was over before we scored the touchdown. Like
and
everybody
they ran the bubble corner route.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That was when I left that game early, and I was doing 110 down the turnpike, and that was the one where I got up on stage at Breathless at the Go-Go Bar, and I was dancing, holding on to like the bar from the ceiling. And the manager comes over and says, "The fuck?" And they're like, "There's no way you're getting him down. Just let him dance for a minute." Like, Jets just won.
They're like, "Let him tire himself out. He'll come."
Yeah. It worked. It was like 5 seconds, and I was down.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I didn't know. Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome
that's
that you
great,
bet
man,
that
that you
game.
came up to that game. That was a good game. That was a great year.
Yep. And so I've made my wife become a Jets fan. So
Nice.
we went last year, and she was disappointed. We went to the Falcons game. So,
Oh, yeah, you were up here?
yep.
Oh, nice. Who do you
We
come
went.
up for one game a year?
I'm trying. I'm going to the Titans game this year, and
Oh,
I'm.
cool.
Hey, I'm trying to talk her in to us going to the Titans game week 2 and taking that whole week off, and then because
Coming up here for the opener?
don't we play on Thursday like that same
We
week?
do. We do.
So I'm trying to
And
talk her into that.
fantastic segue. And I have some information about that. If you don't mind, let me do a little
Yeah,
promo here.
sure.
Breaking news. So I spoke to Boy Green, and we are in unison. Everything that we're putting together for you guys, it's zero profit. No one's looking to make any money off of this. We want you guys to have a great time. We know a lot of you are traveling, your family expenses, flight, rental car, hotel, all that other stuff that comes with traveling. We know that adds up. We give you our word. There will not be $1 a profit made from the tickets or the tailgate. That's proud NYJ fan Boy Green's stamp of approval. There is no profit being made. This is just us doing you guys a favor and organizing this for you guys. And we'll put in the time, we'll put in the legwork, we'll do everything to make sure that you awesome Jets fans who watch us, who support us, who are constantly in the chat, who donate through super chats, memberships to channels, we're not asking you for $1. We just want to see you guys have a great time. So here's the info. The tickets will be on sale. I'll have the exact dollar next week. It should be $140 and $150 per ticket. Whatever the Jets charge me is what I charge you. I'm asking that you download Venmo, get that on your phone. That's easiest, okay? All of our tickets purchased will be together. All right, so that's a good thing. You're going to be with our group. Boy Green, myself, we're merging our groups. Everyone will all be together. So you'll get both of us, and you'll get everyone else from his show, from our show, everyone together. Now, the tailgate. I'm on record as saying I don't want to cook. I don't want Infrared to have to cook. I don't want any of you guys to have to cook. And Boy Green's like, no, it doesn't make sense. Like, let's all hang out. Let's meet each other. But let's all be friends. So here's what we're going to do. I've reached out to Tailgate Joe. We're going to be with the Tailgate Joe party that day. We're going to have well over 25 people. So he's going to donate a VIP tent for us. We're going to have a tent set up, some tables. Bring all your chairs that you want. Your purchase of $65 gets you unlimited food, unlimited beverages, alcohol or non-alcoholic. There's sodas, there's waters, and then there's a bunch of alcohol. I will find out. I don't drink. I'll find out about if someone can just get the food only. I don't know if they do that. I am going to ask that. Oh, Craig, thank you so much. Love your channel. Oh, Craig from Down Under. Craig Wilton. Thank you, brother. It was a pleasure meeting you on Bobby's show before. I believe that's the same, Craig. It's got to be because he said mate. Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming over. And Sarah's awesome. That was really awesome talking to Sarah. She got a great sense of humor, as do you, sir. So what Tailgate Joe charges us, we're charging you. So there's nothing to be made. I'd like people to know that because I know there's always this, and some people do businesses with this, and that's fine. This is our first year doing this. It goes well. Everyone has a great time, word of mouth. And then maybe next year we'll look to put more into it. You know, if you guys are all like, that was fucking awesome, let's do it again, we'll do it again. You know, I'm not looking, and Boy Green's not looking to profit off you guys. we're looking to just give you guys a great fucking time that you all say, I have to go back to that group. When they do that outing next year, I want to go with those guys. Now, Tailgate Joe will not promote this because he already has an agreement with Tyson Roch that day. I think I said the name right. So I said to him, I don't need you to promote it. I just need you to facilitate us and take us on. He goes, well, that's no problem. He goes, we open it up to anyone. But he doesn't want to cross promote and take away from people going to Tyson who already has agreement. I was like, that's fine. I'm not looking to take anything away from Tyson's group. Do that. Promote him. Just take us on. And he says that's perfect. So what we'll do, Boy Green and I are going to talk. I believe VR is going to be in with us, figuring out all the plans for everything. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. We're all going to sit together. We're going to be upper end zone, which I love. That's the Madden view. Hopefully, like behind the goalpost. I love that view. Yeah, we will. We'll have a great time. Now, there will be, if you guys are interested, memorabilia or souvenirs or whatever you want to call it. Maybe some shirts. Maybe, I don't know. You guys tell us what you want and what you would purchase. Do you want a beer koozie? Do you want a bumper sticker? Do you want a shirt? We're kicking around some different names. One of them, if you've noticed, I have a beard. I don't know if you never saw Boy Green. He's got a beard. The name I kicked around and Boy Green liked it. I got weird with the beards. And it'll be a picture of me, him, VR. So if you guys have any other names that you like, throw them out there. I'm always open to the people and your awesome, unique takes on the world. So, Knob, don't know what this word is. Never seen it before. Have no idea how to use it or even pronounce it. So can we speak English here in the chat, Knob? Thank you. Hey, Jay Quest. I didn't recognize you with the hat on before, dude. You had the baseball hat low, and I thought I heard your voice, but then Bonesy looked like Michael J. Fox shaking the camera when he was holding it. So thank you for allowing me to do that. Thank you, Brandon.
Oh, no problem. I didn't want to interrupt you, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. We'll have a setup. We'll have a tent. We'll have meet and greet. We'll have a table. We'll have stuff for purchase. I would like to get some feedback from the chat as we get closer of if you wanted anything, a t-shirt, hat, let us know. Because if we're going to buy things like that, maybe order in advance, pay that day. And because we don't want to buy stuff for that day and then it's specific for that day. You know what I mean? And then we never have use for it again. So, but yeah, that's going to be
cool.
awesome.
It's cool, especially when you got somebody like me that doesn't live near that area. You can kind of come down, hang out with some guys that, you've got a big group in Florida too, right? Like Ricky New York, he's from Florida, and some other guys.
Yeah.
So it's cool. That's awesome. I'm gonna try to work my magic on the wife and see what I can do.
Hey, enjoy it, right? You work the magic the right way, it pays off twice.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, I had a question. So I follow NFL Throwback.
Okay.
YouTube, and they just always put a lot of interesting videos up. Well, the other day they did one on the Mount Rushmore of every NFL team. So that'd be the 4 players that represent each team the best. And so I started watching it. I never got to the Jets. It was like an hour. It was almost 2 hours long. So I'm trying, like in my head, I think I know who the 4 are that they're going to pick.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to see if you agreed with me on that or what your thoughts were on it.
Namath, Klecko, Revis, Martin.
Okay.
I know it's tough leaving Maynard off. I know it's tough leaving Gastineau off, but I need guys who are all pros.
See, I've got
I know Maynard was, but I don't know. I can't put two from that era in, right? Like I can't put
yeah.
I got four different eras. I got Namath's era, I got Klecko's era, I got Martin's era, and Revis.
See, that's what I thought. I thought Revis, Martin, Namath, and see, I'm not out of all of them. I think, and my fourth was Maynard, but I don't know. Like, yeah, that'd be leaving Klecko and Gastineau out. So,
Yeah,
but
and I mean, I think the three that get solidified are Namath, Klecko, and Revis. They're the best at their positions in the league at the time. Martin was in discussion. Maynard was. It wasn't really a passing era back then, but when Maynard retired, Maynard led the NFL and everything. I know it was brand new at the time, and he's since been passed over a bunch. But I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think those are the six. Gastineau is sixth. Maynard, Martin, Klecko, Revis, Namath. I don't think there's a wrong combination.
yeah, I definitely, out of all of them, I think Revis, in my opinion, is the best to ever wear a Jets uniform. And my thing with Martin is I've got a thing for Martin because and I could be wrong on this. You could quote me, but I'm pretty sure isn't he the oldest player to rush for 1,000 yards in a season?
He's the oldest player to ever lead the league in rushing.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, 1697, and I want to say 2005.
Yeah. So I just feel like
1697, and then I think the next year that's when his knees started really bothering him.
Yeah. So I don't know, that it's something to. I can't believe I wasn't even thinking Klecko when I was going through my people. I was thinking Gastineau, and I know he gets a lot of love. And anyway, I would probably, I don't know, my favorite player hands down is Cotchery. So
excuse me. Yeah, that's not a bad one.
But I'm more of the younger generation, so I'm more into some of those newer guys that have just been retired for a few years. But
yeah, and then we got some guys now that 10 years from now might be like, hey, you know what? It's time to get a hammer and a chisel. We got to change we got to change Mount Rushmore a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
If Sauce goes 3 years to start his career as an All-Pro, all right. Quinnen goes All-Pro again.
Yeah, that's
Super
my wife's
Bowl,
favorite player.
You win a Super Bowl? I mean, this is going to be a memorable year, man. There's going to be a lot of guys who are going to have big moments, and we have a lot of guys who can make incredible things happen. So it would be awesome.
Well, now
to see who steps up in the big moments.
And speaking of Quinnen, so Aaron Donald retired this year.
Mm-hmm.
So who do we have above Quinnen that we think's better than Quinnen? Chris Jones. And who else?
I mean, it's that whole pack rotates between Simmons and Tennessee. Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, the one guy from Baltimore, I forget his name. He just signed the big contract this offseason. I forget his name. Help me out, chat. There's a pack of them, and we're living in the defensive tackle generation right now. The size of these guys, the way they all move, it rotates year after year. Who Quinnen was All-Pro last year. This year he's not. So it's there's a whole bunch of them. It's like running backs, right? Back in the running back day, you had Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Jerome Bettis, Ricky Waters. Whoever's team had the better year, that's who got it, right?
True.
So there's just so many guys at the defensive tackle position. Winning matters. If you're winning these games on national television this year and Quinnen Williams is being a force, national media is going to pay attention, and come voting time, he's going to get it.
I think he is. I really do. I don't know. I think he's the best player on our team. That everybody talks about Sauce, and I love Sauce, but I don't know. I think our team, the Jets have always. I mean, we've had what? Sean Ellis, Muhammad Wilkerson,
Leonard Williams, Sheldon Richardson.
Yeah, I mean, when we get a hold of a
We
defensive
had Chris
tackle,
Jenkins, Siane Pua.
Yeah. So we're always good. That's just something that we're always good at. I don't know, producing and whatnot. So I think it's. I'm just ready for the year, man. Like
Right.
I'm sitting here,
Preach.
like,
Preach.
and then I watch all these shows and I get more hyped up for the season. Like I'm probably gonna have a heart attack before the first game starts. Just getting so hyped up.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I did a thing with Buffalo Jet Fan where we did our most valuable Jets. And if you take Aaron Rodgers out of it, my next two most valuable Jets are Breece Hall and Quinnen Williams, because nobody else can do what they do.
Mm-mm.
You know, we got Reed. We had a game last year. Now, Sauce is incredible. But with this scheme, I'd rather have a defensive tackle play an elite than the corner, because as you saw in the Philly game last year, we missed 3 of our top 4 corners, and we had probably our best defensive showing of the season. So
yeah, we did.
Quinnen goes out, they run the ball right down our goddamn throats.
Yep.
I just mentioned him, dude. I just mentioned Sean Alexander today on Facebook. It said if you don't have Derrick Henry, it was Derrick Henry, Emmitt Smith, Jerome Bettis, or LaDainian Tomlinson, and you have 4th and goal, and Marshawn Lynch, and it's 4th and goal from the 1, what running back do you want to give the ball to? And I said Sean Alexander. That's hysterical, Bonesy. Awesome. I think he dropped 28 or 27 rushing touchdowns one year, right after Tomlinson set the record. I think Alexander
he
went
said
the next year.
Didn't he set it and then Tomlinson broke it the next year?
I thought it was vice versa. I thought Tomlinson said it and then Alexander topped it. I might be wrong. Fact check us. But he was running behind Walter Jones and Steve Hutchinson, the greatest left side of a line ever.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, you just got to the 1 yard line. I'm like, all right, even from the 3, those two just pushed everyone back and they scored.
Yeah, that's who they had for Seattle's. One of their Mount Rushmore guys was Walter Jones, and that's what they were talking. They were literally talking about
Steve Largent, probably Steve Largent, Walter Jones, Bobby Wagner, and probably Russ.
Yep, you got it. That was it. And that they literally did say that, though. They're like, Sean Alexander, the key to his success was Walter Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good. That's a fun game to play everyone's. All right, name another team. I got no one else waiting in the back to come in. Name another team. Let's see if I can guess it.
Okay. Steelers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that one's like...
Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, yeah, my uncle.
Your uncle?
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I figured you're all related out there. Who am I to judge?
We are. I'm sitting here with my wife and my kids.
All right. Steelers.
That was the toughest one I had.
Oh, I want to say Palomalu, but I don't think he made it.
Nope, he didn't make it.
All right. Mean Joe Green made it.
Yep.
Did Lynn's? Oh, no, I don't think Swan made it.
Neither one of the Swan or Stallworth.
Stallworth. Stargell was baseball. Pittsburgh. Jack Ham.
No,
saying Jack Ham
close.
in the chat.
No, but close.
Oh, Jesus, the running back who caught the freaking immaculate reception.
No, he didn't make it.
Franco didn't make it?
No. They had three, I'll give you a hint, 3 from the 70s and one that was, just retired not too long ago.
Ben?
Yep. I thought that was, I don't know. I
Jack
do.
Lambert? Scott
Yep,
saying Jack
that was
Lambert
it.
in the chat?
Jack Lambert. And he deserves to be on there. That dude is freaking nuts.
So it's Bradshaw,
Yep.
Lambert,
Mhm.
Green, and we're
Yep.
missing the fourth?
No, you said it. Now I forgot what it was. You said
Ben.
Bradshaw.
It was Ben, Bradshaw, Green, and Lambert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Now, can you do the 49ers?
Yeah. Montana, Rice,
That one was pretty easy.
Young.
Yep.
Who's 4? Montana. Owens?
No, but he made the honorable mentions. One of the best hitters of all time.
Oh, Ronnie Lott. Jeez.
Yep.
I would have got there.
Dude, the Giants one was kind of.
Yeah, Johnny got it. Johnny got it right away.
Get
Good
it?
for you, Johnny.
Yeah, the Giants one was kind of. I'm trying to think who they had.
Oh, Giants? That's got to be Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one.
Phil Simms.
Nope.
Frank Gifford.
Nope. If you get all 4, like, I give you kudos because
I'll get him. Hold on.
there was one that it's just one that nobody thinks of.
Y.A. Tittle.
No, but that's my boy. I love Y.A. Tittle.
It's Michael Strahan.
Yes.
Not Carl Banks, right?
No, older.
Older than Carl Banks. Paul Hornung.
No.
Harry Carson.
No.
I'm reading names from the chat. These
Oh,
aren't my guesses.
I was like, when you said Paul Hornung, I was like, did he play for the Giants?
I don't know. I'm reading names from the chat. All right, so Taylor Strahan, not Frank Gifford, and not
No,
Y.A. Tittle.
I mean, he was the Prince of New York. That's what kind of threw me off was when he wasn't on there. I'm telling you, I don't see.
And they're older than both are older than Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, yes, yeah. Don't be googling now.
I really am. Eli didn't make it.
No, he didn't make Emlyn Tennell.
It's gonna be someone weird then. Oh, Fran Tarkenton?
No, my accent's so bad you think I'm just rambling, but I just told you the answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Emlyn Tennell. I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Emlyn Tennell?
It's like EMLENN, I think. Emlyn Tennell.
Oh, Emian Tennell?
Yes. I didn't get that one.
American to play for the Giants. Defensive back, safety from 48 to 58. And it's not Frank Gifford, Y.A. Tittle, or Fran Tarkenton.
I know, man. I thought it would have been Frank Gifford.
Mel Hine?
Yeah.
That's who it was? Mel Hine?
No, it was
Andy Robustelli?
It was, I told you wrong. Michael Strahan didn't make it either. It was Emlyn Tennell. I know, that one was BS. It was Emlyn Tennell, Lawrence Taylor, obviously, Mel Hine, and what was the other one we said?
It wasn't Strahan, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Not Strahan there. I don't know. Fuck the Giants. That's a weird list. That's a weird list.
That one was the only one where I was like, eh. And then like the Bears, they had a weird one too.
Was it this guy?
Yes, it was.
Or his cousin?
Yeah, I went to school with him.
Wow, I'm surprised. Did you see the Dolphins?
Trying to think.
It's probably Jason Taylor.
Yes.
Zach Thomas. Who's the running back the Dolphins had?
Zach, I don't.
Larry Zonka,
I'm trying to think,
and
but I do not think
Greasy.
that. Okay, you said Larry Zonka, Jason Taylor. Who else?
Zach Thomas, and Greasy, the quarterback. Oh, Marino, not Greasy, Marino.
Marino. I'm trying to remember what the other one was, but I do not think Zach Thomas was on there.
Really?
They gave honorable mentions, and the Steelers, their honorable mentions list was so freaking long.
I'm sure.
But
They could put. They've had such a great history. They could put a Mount Rushmore in every state and have different people on every fucking state.
oh, I know.
Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel.
Who laughed? Who got the Ray Finkel reference? Is that your wife?
My wife, yeah, she's over
You
here.
married very well if she chuckles at a Ray Finkel reference. You married very well. And hopefully I get to meet you at the home opener in New Jersey on September 19th.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we're planting the seed already. I'm trying to help you, Brandon. I'm trying to help you.
You know what's crazy is, so I told my dad we'd take him to a Razorbacks game this year.
Okay.
The Razorback tickets are more than the Jets tickets
Wow.
to go see them play Texas.
Like it was up there.
It's ridiculous. It stinks when the I'm like, but I was so looking forward the last year for the Jets, and then
Yeah.
being an Arkansas State and Razorback fan, both of those teams don't really do jack crap either.
Well, here's your selling point for your wife, right? Be like, you just open up Google and put Jets seasons record, their history. And you tell her, look at this. There's been seasons where we've won 1 game, 2 games.
Yeah.
And you say, we might be able to see 2 wins in 4 days. That's as many as we've watched in 3.5 months of football. 4 months
Exactly.
of football. We could see it in a 96-hour span. What else would she need? That's I'm ready to buy you the ticket up here, for crying out loud.
Well, that's what she said. We had a roast for my 30th, and what'd you say? You were like, she knew I'd be loyal because I've stuck with the Jets this long.
Yeah.
I was like, gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
We haven't
and
won a
tell
Super
her
Bowl.
you be happy she didn't marry a Patriot fan, because they don't mind if you cheat. And if you're with a Jets fan, they never expect a ring. So
Oh yeah.
I was at, me and my brother-in-law, I was sober. I wasn't drinking at the time. So we went to a Jets Patriots Monday night game. I think it was 2016. And or Saturday night, one or the other. And it was cold, it was December, and it was me and my brother-in-law, and then there was an Indian guy who was a Patriot fan. And he had a book, and he brought the book into the stadium with him to read, and I was just roasting him the entire time about having a book. And then I said to him the line about cheating, and he was like, listen, motherfucker, if you go with Jet fan, they never expect a ring. And then fuck everybody. I was just like, that's it. The way he did the delivery was so good. Was so good.
That's great.
I think I have a fucking picture of him. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, that's all. That'd be awesome if you can get up here.
Oh, dude, yeah. I'd like to get to meet Bobby. I don't know though. I don't know if I need to bring my wife if Bobby's going to be there.
Say again.
I said I don't know if I want to bring my wife with me if Bobby's going to be there. I don't want her to like leave me or anything.
Yeah, Bobby might be take your wife to a visit in Gropetown.
Yeah. Be taking us to the Fuzzy Grape, showing you his fuzzy grapes.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome, man. Hey, it was a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for supporting. Congratulations to you on marrying so well that somebody gets a female gets a Ray Finkel reference. That's usually like a guy movie. So well done to you. And
Thank you.
Hopefully everything works out. And and we see you up here.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Man. Thanks. Great calling, bro. It was a pleasure.
Bye.
All right. Talk soon. Awesome. I love. Even though he was outside, we didn't get to see his complete face. I saw enough of it to put a puzzle together. Let's bring in this man. I never know what he's gonna say. I never know if he's gonna come in happy or if he's got a vent and let it off his chest. I don't know if he's happy with the previous episode of Law and Order, but let's bring in our man B-Mac. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Nick?
How are you, buddy?
What's up?
How
Doing
are
great.
you? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. It's a slow news week. Slow month for nothing going on. No basketball. We got a month away from training camp. Baseball. I don't know what I mean. So,
Yeah, God
just
bless
a
you. I mean,
relaxed time.
it's rough wearing that hat today, right? They gave up 2 touchdowns and a field goal. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankee fan. I say that as a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Rough afternoon in the Bronx.
But I'm mostly more you said what version I'm gonna get. You're gonna get the nice calm version.
All right.
The nice calm
All right. I know sometimes you.
But
I know sometimes.
I do wanna one thing I would say that I'm so sick and tired of these headlines that Rogers didn't show up to 2 patless
Oh, it's so
practice
stupid.
last week.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
It's
man.
horrible.
Nick Wright, we got these
They
guys.
just want to shit on him, and we know it's all politically based.
Yeah.
Someone like Jason Lockenfora, loser, shithead, fuckface, dickbag, wants to just shit on Rodgers because he doesn't line up with them politically and in terms of a vaccine. Like, what the fuck, dude? You work for, like, you're supposed to give opinions on sports. If you can't give an opinion on sports, you should not be employed. If you're going to make personal vendettas and attack people over politics through sports, you shouldn't be employed.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting old at this point. Like, just let it out. Just tell us how you really feel. Don't, now he's a bad leader and he's not all in and awesome.
Which none of his teammates has ever said. Every single one of his former teammates will line up and say he's one of the best guys ever, treated us great, got us gifts. Like, he's always been praised by the locker room. No one's ever shit on him except the media.
Yeah, and when he's all in, like, okay, if he's not all in, then why did he show up to every single voluntary OTA? Like they don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
He
didn't show up ever in Green Bay. You know that.
Yeah.
He never showed up for mandatory or voluntary camps in the offseason. He didn't show up until training camp day. That's what he did in Green Bay.
Show up doing all. I mean, I was one of the Packer fans defending him that he didn't show up because he's a veteran. He's been there for 18 years. He pretty much knows the system. I mean, some Packer fans was grilling him because we did have young wide receivers. Because that year there was on Devontae, so people say he should go in so build chemistry with the young wideouts. And I was like, the Packers kind of did it to themselves because they traded Devontae. And they didn't even let Rodgers know about it. You know what I mean? They just, they didn't give him the heads up. They traded him and just handed him these young rookie wide receivers. And Rodgers like, what the hell? Like, I need veterans, not rookies. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah. No, I mean, he's great. He's great with the young guys. As well as anyone. He's got a great track record with developing young receivers, undrafted guys, late round draft picks, so he works with those guys. It's not like he just is like, I need first round picks, guys who are ready to play day one. He develops players. He makes players. He creates players. The fucking Jordy Nelson. What did Jordy Nelson do after he left there?
Yeah, Jordy Nelson, Lazard,
James Jones, right? He went somewhere, got paid by the Raiders too, didn't do anything.
Greg Jennings went to the Vikings, and he was irrelevant.
Jennings was another one,
and then,
nothing. They fall off without him.
Yeah, I mean, and then Greg Jennings had the nerve to talk shit about him back then because Rodgers didn't have his back, whatever. I'm not gonna go into that, but Lazard, you know what I mean? Like he made Lazard who he is.
Wait, hey. You said you weren't gonna. You had no axe to grind, but now you're saying names that get me upset. I thought we were friends, B-Mac. We don't bring that name up.
Oh, I mean, no. I tell you this: if Rodgers healthy and Lazard is productive, you might change your opinion at the end of the season. You know what I mean?
He would. Listen, if he gives us no holding penalties, no clipping penalties downfield, no unnecessary roughness blocks like he did in the Philly game when Garrett Wilson made a great, and Zach made one of his best throws of the season to Garrett Wilson, and Lazard basically cost us that play. We would have been inside the 10, and instead we're kicking a field goal. We're out at the 45. So just in case anyone was confused, fuck Alan Lazard and soccer. Just because.
I think he totally gave up last year, and you can see once Rodgers went down, he just put his hands up and like, all right, my guy's not here. Let me just be lazy for a paycheck. But I think at worst he's your number 4. If he's your number 4 and he can get you some production here and there, I think y'all would take that. But I think a lot of people is sleeping on Malachi Corley, man. A lot of people are.
Bonesy, to answer your question, Donald Driver only played with the Packers for his career. And if you would have asked me this question, I would have thought it was a resounding yes. I'm going to ask you a trivia question about Donald Driver.
Yeah.
How many 100 reception seasons did he have?
He played with Brett Favre and he played with Aaron Rodgers. So.
Yep.
Oh, God. I want to say, you talking about catches or receptions?
Receptions. How many 100 catch seasons did he have?
I'm guessing 4, 5.
You're going the wrong way. He had none.
He had
Donald Driver's biggest reception season was 2006. He had 92. Now he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1,000-yard seasons, but his receptions was 92, 86, 84, 82. He's only got 4 80 catch seasons. But then he had 1,000 yards with 74, 70, and 70.
Wow.
In 2009 and 2002, 7 years apart, he had identical numbers. 113 targets in each year, 70 catches in each year, 1,064 yards, and then 1,061 yards. Almost fucking identical.
Wow.
That's wild. I love doing like crazy dives like this and into statistics.
Wow. Donald Driver was underrated, man. Like to me, he was one of the most underrated Packer wide receivers. Him, James Jones, you can throw him in there as being underrated. Greg Jennings was too. I want to say underrated. I would say he's probably rated. And then Jordy Nelson, man, like
this dude is still on.
Like
Alan, I just went on at 10 o'clock. What are you talking about? This dude is still on.
Oh, that's Alan.
I just started at 10 o'clock, man. Or is he shit talking you? No shit talk here. There will be no shit talk here.
Yeah.
We're all getting along. Me. It's there's nothing exciting going on in Jet World. No one's creating any drama. I just started at 10 o'clock.
But I do got a football question.
Shoot, what you got? He just came on
like
2 minutes ago.
Like a lateral, right? Like a lateral pass. Yeah. Like does like sometimes QB can throw a lateral touchdown pass, right? Does that count on the stat sheet? Does that count as a touchdown pass or a rushing touchdown?
No, it would be a rushing attempt. It's a rushing attempt if it goes backwards.
Yeah.
If it's a shuffle pass, that's why teams get like the play that Kansas City does, where it's like the shuffle pass to Kelsey. That's a forward pass. Even though it's behind the line of scrimmage, it's going forward. So if the quarterback gets the ball and someone's like doing a jet sweep in front of him and he tosses it, it's a catch because it's going forward. So if it's
what
behind,
about
it's a handoff. That's why they changed it. It's like a stat padding play that Kansas City uses. But if it goes forward, it's a pass. If it goes behind, it's a handoff.
So what if someone like does it sideways, like when the receiver like is next to the guy and he does?
It's up to the scorer. It's up. If it's behind the line of scrimmage and it's the quarterback, it's up to the score. It's up to the official scorekeeper. If it's a forward pass or a lateral.
So if it's sideways, then it's up to the officials to rule it a TD or a passing TD or a rushing TD.
There's officials who do this, who rule on every play, and they'll say this play is official 13 yards. It's a forward pass, 13 yards. Rodgers to Garrett Wilson. That one was, almost like with a scorekeeper in baseball saying whether it's a hit or an error. They have official scorekeepers who declare what certain plays were, and sometimes the league will review a play, and that's why you'll get a stat correction maybe in fantasy football the next day because it was ruled incorrectly to start.
Oh, but mainly a lateral. It's like a
lateral. If it goes behind the quarterback, it's a run.
Oh. But if they do it sideways, and it's up to the.
It depends. Like I can't give you one definitive answer. If it's, they'll try to review it. If it's going forward, it's a pass. If it's a little bit backwards, and that's up to the scorekeeper and the league. The league.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I saw that today, and like these rules, some of these football rules, some of them are like inconsistent. Like nowadays they don't know what a catch is. Like you catch the ball, you have to have forward progress. You gotta have control, and then if it wobbles, then it's incomplete. Even though if the ball's in your hand, that's just so confusing.
You're right.
Me being a Packer fan with the desk catch it, not catch it game. You know what I mean? It started with that. To me, Des Bryant didn't catch it, but to a lot, I think to the rule.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
According to the rule at the time, he didn't catch it. You're 100% right.
Yeah, but and then the Calvin Johnson rule too, the same thing with him. So
I thought Calvin caught it. And here's why my argument with it was. Once you touch out of bounds, you're out of bounds. It doesn't matter what happens anymore, right? Yeah. If I'm a quarterback and I'm going to throw out of bounds and I'm in the motion of throwing, and then my foot steps out of bounds, I can't throw the ball anymore. Play's dead as soon as you touch your foot out of bounds, right? They're like, oh, no, he touched his foot out of bounds. It's a no throw. He stepped out here. So why the fuck does it matter? If I catch the ball, one of my feet touch out of bounds, and then the ball gets punched out, what does it matter? You're already out of bounds. So I just think that's a bullshit part of the rule.
Yeah. But,
Tom's got the minute marker, everything. 7:40 Eastern Standard Time. It went down. It was a little nuts on Bobby's show. Have you been on Bobby's show?
Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Have you been on Bobby's show? Yeah, right.
No. Well, I was trying to. I was trying to see like what day that he goes on.
Every day. Every day. He's going on as soon as Jake ends. He's burning himself out. I mean, it's rough looking at the computer for 12 hours a day. Between Jake's show, him doing a show, Jake doing another show, him doing a show.
Yeah.
Boy Green in the morning, me at night, all the other shows that he pops onto. It's rough, man. He's and I can tell as soon as I open up YouTube and I look at him and I could see when he picks up his eye, you see his eyelids. Because he can't. When he's awake, like you see Bobby's eyes.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, man. He's burning himself out. And it's no good.
Yeah, I think I saw it, and I think there was a lot of people that's on it, right? I don't know.
Yeah. There's always a lot of people on. I'm trying to get him to change that so he can help his YouTube analytics by having more watch time. If you have 10 people on the show, 10 people aren't watching in YouTube, Yeah. So he's hurting his own numbers.
I did love that video with you and Charles, man. Like
oh yeah,
good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, which one?
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Jaws.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat, got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Jaws.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. My YouTube is blowing up and I'm becoming a star. Like takes are fresh like the clothes on VR. I'm
Jets,
Charles.
Yankees, comics, hip-hop. Nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Jaws.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop ours. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Blowski calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
That's also the video now for when Nick needs a bathroom break. That's a perfect amount of time for me to get up, go, and get back. So,
Yeah, man.
awesome.
That's
Awesome.
oh,
Jake checking in. What a party on Long Island. I heard Bonesy was calling in to Bobby's 5-hour telethon that he did today and then updating and showing everybody. Showed your dad, Matt O'Leary, Gary, Neil, anyone that Bonesy saw. Jay Quest, he was putting everyone on there. So that's awesome, Jake. I'm glad it went well, man. Get home safe. So what were you asking? I'm sorry. I used that as a perfect segue to get up.
I just want to say hey to Jake. So he's popping in. That's great to see.
Clancy with a very important question. Jake, did you sign any 4% boobs? I mean, inquiring minds want to know if did Jake get to sign any cleavage? It's an important question. Inquiring minds want to know. That might be some info he needs to save for his show. I don't know if you could drop breaking news like that here.
Yeah. Do you live in New Jersey? Right? I think.
I am in New Jersey. I'm in Central Jersey, Woodbridge.
Oh, okay. All right. So not that far from MetLife.
No, I'm 20 minutes away. I think Clancy, I apologize. I misclicked and I think I put Clancy in timeout by accident. I apologize, dude.
Uh-oh.
I apologize. Let me see if I can go into YouTube. I don't know if I did. Clancy, try to comment. Oh, man, I don't know how long that lasts. That's what she said. Oh, shit. I tried to show a comment and then I double-clicked something by accident. Oh, no, he's there. All right, good. Okay, never mind. I didn't know if I clicked it or not. Damn it, guys. I'm sorry. He's still here. I'm sorry. Jay Quest coming in with a spy report. Was in the people across the street looking at us like we were crazy when we did the Jet chant. Yeah, if you do the Jet chant and it's not in the Jet parking lot or the Jet game, people get concerned. People literally say, what the hell is going on? Jake, thanks for a fun night. Awesome. Glad it went well, bro. Bobby did a 5-hour show. I'll give you a little update. Bobby did a 5-hour show. Bobby flipped out on Murdog, booted him, yelled at him. I got a message to go in there and had to go and play like Dr. Phil, Peacemaker, Bobby Whisperer to calm him down. It's the 2 hour and 40. Oh, here we go. Hey, B-Mac, let me let you go, all right, brother?
Yeah, all right, man. Yeah, just
All right, man.
want to pop on in
We'll talk soon, buddy.
chat.
Thanks for watching the channel.
All right, thank you.
All right. Later, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on the Proud New York Jet Fan Show, we have, I believe it's Jake. It says it's Jake.
It's me.
What's up,
I'm in
brother?
an Uber. It's very dark.
Nice. It
What's
went
up,
well
Nick?
tonight, huh?
Yeah, a lot of fun. I saw a bunch of people that were at the event. Were in the chat, so I just wanted to thank everyone who came out, raised some money for a great cause, and it was a lot of fun, man. And it was funny because half the crowd wasn't jet related. So when the jet chants were breaking out, you could tell people were like, "Huh, what's going on?" And so it was hysterical.
Awesome. I saw O'Leary was there. I saw your dad there. Bonesy was basically doing like a spy report. He's walking around just showing and pointing at everyone and anyone that was there.
Was this on the Bobby show he was doing that?
Yeah, he was calling it the Bobby around 8 o'clock. So around hour 3.5 of Bobby's show this afternoon.
I'll have to check that out. That's tremendous.
Yeah, Bobby, like when I go on at night, Bobby's like arms stretched between, he's the connecting piece between your show and my show. He's there for 4 or 5 hours at a clip.
It's amazing. Yeah, I a couple people were on Bobby's show from the venue. Like I remember, like the phone was like stuck in my face. I'm like, Bobby show, it never ends. And so I remember that.
Yeah, it was. He got. You could tell he's overextending himself, and he just you just see eyelids. You don't even see eyeballs when he gets to that certain point when he's.
I know. It's
because he's not only on.
My show. Yeah.
He's watching Boy Green in the morning, you twice a day, either me or other shows at night. He's staring at a screen all day, and that is not good for him or anybody.
No, he's overextending himself, and like his energy level on some of these calls, you can tell it's just not not up to Bobby Midnight standard.
Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, you get moody, you get cranky when you get tired, and I'm like, you're not the same. I'm like, you snap at people, like you can tell when you're tired, you get moody.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, we all love Bobby, but he's gotta pay. We gotta put him on like a pitch count or something.
Yeah. But you know what? He's like Mike Mussina with Joe Torre. You try to take him out, he's like, no, fuck you, go back in the dugout. He's like, I got this.
The problem is, I did that same gesture that Mussina did, but you can't tell because I'm in a very dark Uber.
You got to put your hand right up to the screen. Where are you headed? Where are you? Are you in Manhattan?
Yeah, so I live in the city, but I came out just for tonight, so I'm headed back to the city right now. I was gonna take the train. I'm actually
looking at the picture right now that you posted on Instagram.
Yeah, I put some photos up on Instagram, and then a lot of the photos from the event are in the Discord too, which I know you're in, Nick, so you'll see it there.
No, I got to get in there.
Are you not on the Discord?
I got to get in there. I'm a member of the channel. I've been gifted membership, and I know the other day you're like, wait, is this that Nick Shine? I have my personal YouTube account from years ago, and I've subbed up to you when you were trying to get to 37,000. We made a deal on Twitter. I was like, I'll sub for my second account if you sub back to me. You're like, deal.
That's great. Yeah, well, your second account is now a member too, which is hilarious.
Yes. So, I mean, everyone's making it rain on your show lately, man.
That's been crazy, man. I mean, Mike D's nuts. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. He got into it, Bobby, too. Bobby booted him out, too, I think, for something. But I didn't catch what that story was.
Bobby booted Mike D's nuts?
I believe. Boomtown, anyone else in the chat, if you were there, fill me in. Jay Quest with the super chat. Thank you, Jay Quest. Asking Jake, did you fix the sign?
I don't think it was fixed. I think my uncle just rolled it up, and he's going to bring it back to my dad and basically be like, you got a sign that's not good, so can we get it fixed? I had like a step and repeat banner for people to take pictures in front of, but at the end of the night, we're trying to break it down, and it wouldn't roll back into like the slot. So it was a whole thing. It was also like a 1,000 degrees. So like I was like just dying, and my uncle wanted to get out of there, so we just like basically just threw it like in his car, and we'll get it fixed from the people that made it.
And for those watching, just to confirm, this is Jake calling from an Uber. It's not Gator doing AI from a dark room. It is Jake calling in right now.
No, it's definitely me. And then the best was the party was over. It was about 2 hours, and then Chef Kevin Gilbert showed up at the very end. He was coaching his son's like all-star team in baseball. He came in from Jersey, drove 90 minutes, and he showed up and he had a box of pizza in Sharpie. It says gas station pizza on it, and he was going to give it to Gary, but Gary had already left because there was like 3 people left by the time he got there. So I felt so bad that he drove all this way just to make it at the very end, and I got to hang out with him a little bit after. So shout out to Chef Kevin.
Awesome. I started work this week, so I haven't been able to watch your show as much. Now that I'm actually
How's the
busy.
job?
It's all right. I started off. I got a job in town. I'm starting off as custodian. You got to start off part-time in Woodbridge, but custodian is like the entry level to the town. So 90 days probation, keep my head clean. I know everyone in town, and bloop, I should, in no time I'll move up to a good career. But it was time. I tried a couple other things that didn't work out, but I don't want to bore you.
I think you got a rap career, man. You and Gorman.
I want to do an R&B song. I pitched it to Bobby. Bobby shot it down. I wanted to do like a Ralph Tresvant, Johnny Gill R&B with Bobby singing with like a linen shirt on, the wind blowing, and then like me dressed up as Carly and him singing to me.
Oh my God.
But he's like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing it. I was like, you're so difficult. I'm like, you didn't even get to New Jersey yet. I go, Charles said no to nothing. You're saying no to everything. You're no fun. So I yelled at him a little bit yesterday.
If Bobby got some sleep, maybe he wouldn't be cranky, and then he would maybe do it.
Yeah, we need his brother to drive down from Vermont, not him.
Yeah, we need Michael to do it. We love Michael.
Yeah, they're a good combo, those two. They're a good combination. So, what do you got on store for tomorrow?
That's a great question. I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, what time am I going to do? I don't know, man.
You might just have to start off the show with breaking down Bobby's show tonight. That might just have to be the lead.
Dude, we're fast approaching that being the lead topic. Like, there's really not much going on right now. Like, I thank God Parise went off on Pete Prisco today. That gave me something in the afternoon. I got a couple of things I bookmarked, but I mean, you know how it is. It's tough right now. I was talking to somebody, Jet fans, tonight at this event. It's like, what are we talking about right now? That's why we're spending so much time talking about, Bobby Midnight and Chiefs fan maybe, having a dead body underneath his couch, and V-Man taking a dump on the air, and Carly eating 73 McNuggets in 10 minutes. Like, we need content right now. We need training camp.
Yeah. And there is going to be major backlash from Bobby towards both of us when regular season stories, training camp stories hit, and you can do 4 hours of your show a day with all Jets content, and it's not Bobby content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gonna probably be upset that he's not getting as much airtime, but then we'll just say Bobby, but that's why you have the Bobby Midnight Zoom call,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. But yeah, he's great. I yelled at him, and then he's like, all right, Nick, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Like, he's like, I love you, Nick. Thank you for it was great. People in the chat were calling me Dr. Phil, the Bobby Whisperer. It was fun.
You do a great job, Nick. You're able to connect with these people, the life of which we haven't seen before.
I was a cable guy for 14 years. So I would go into people's homes with $18 million homes who were brain surgeons with the most difficult wives to deal with, whose job were to maintain the home. Or I would be down in like a trailer park in Keansburg, New Jersey, and everywhere in between. And I've always had a unique ability to connect and speak to anyone.
I love it. it. That's tremendous.
Yeah, it's paying off. It's paying off. And I drove Uber for a little bit. Same thing. Instead of me going into people's homes, they were coming into my car, and you just learn how to relate to people.
Look, the Uber driving is a side hustle. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. what do you have going on for the opener? Are you just going to the opener? Or are you doing any sort of event at the opener?
Yeah, no event. I mean, I tailgate in L5 before all the games, so
Okay.
I always tell listeners like, hey, I'm going to be here. We're going to do the Jersey Burn. Come through, bring your own beer, and come tailgate if you need a spot. Like, you're more than welcome to hang out. I'll take pictures with people. I'll chop it up and hang out. That's so. I don't have like a set event. The Texans game that I know you're a part of, I haven't announced it yet, but I'm going to do something with Gotham City Crew. They're going to give all
Okay.
my listeners a huge discount for like all you can eat, drink, eat, photo booth, games. So we'll be with them for that one. And that will be,
Okay.
instead of like $75 a person, it'll be like 50 or 55. So a big discount for that, just
Good
to
deal.
give everyone, because we got like 115 people for that Texans game. So like, I don't want to like
Nice.
not have a tailgate plan for people coming. So that
Yeah.
I'll announce that hopefully within a week or so when I get that link up.
Awesome. I don't know if you heard this yet, but Boy Green reached out to me over the weekend, and I'm doing a group outing for the opener, and we're doing a group ticket buy, and he's in with me. We're doing it together. We're doing a joint venture. We talked to Tailgate Joe. Tailgate Joe's taking us on. He can't promote it because he's got Tyson Roch already. I was like, listen, I don't need you to promote it. I go, we'll take care of. I don't need you to want to sell. I don't want to take from Tyson. We don't want to put you in a bad position. Just facilitate us. Take us on. And he said, no problem. So we're going to be with Tailgate Joe week one. Week one, the home opener.
I love
it. And then Boy Green and I are going to have an event. We're kicking around name ideas. It might be like, let's get weird with the beards, like something like along those lines. But like have like a little, Tailgate Joe said he'll give us, if we get 25 people, which it sounds like we're going to surpass easily for the tailgate, he'll give us the free tent, the VIP tent to set up and have like, the meet and greet and everything. We'll be right where Talking Jets was last year for the Charger game when we met.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, hopefully Boy Green's fiance will be going to that game too.
I don't know if she is. I know he said his dad, Woody, who he does the afternoon show with. He said that they'll be there. He's got a couple other people, but when he heard that I was doing a group thing, he's like, "Let's just do it together. Let's merge our superpowers."
Sweet and passionate lovemaking. That's what Boy Green does.
Yes, that's it. That's it. We're gonna lose our gosh darn bananas as Snowball, aka Jets Worldwide. Absolutely awesome. So let me ask. Well, I got you, man. If you're willing to hang out, man, I'll. I know I got other people in the back, but no offense, Bird Dog, you're gonna have to wait. Jake's on. It's my first time with Jake.
I got 5 minutes left in my Uber ride, so as long whatever you need.
All right, awesome. Hey, drivers, slow the fuck down. Give me the game that, aside from the 49er game, the game that Jake looks at and says, all right, this one I'm worried about. Is there a game that you're worried about?
That's a good question. I mean, like, I'm a Jet fan, so I worry about like,
Hold on 1 second. Not to interrupt you, but B-Mac just said Jake is on his own darkness retreat right now.
You know what? If that's what it takes for the Jets to be good, I'm in. I'm also wearing a Hugo House hat, right? Like Aaron, so I'm channeling my inner Rodgers.
Nice. So go ahead. Give me the game that you're looking at aside from the 49ers game that worries you.
Look, any of the divisional games, they're never going to be easy just because, like, even New England, like, it's still New England. You still got to get through that, idea of, like, it's the home opener. New England doesn't know they're bad yet in week 3. Like, if Brissett's playing, he might be better than a rookie who's eventually going to play for them. And Drake May, and Brissett's been good against the Jets. So I wouldn't say I'm worried, but, like, I don't think it's going to be as easy as maybe some think, even though we all want them to, win by 40 that night. I'll tell you what, week 2 in Nashville, especially if they somehow win week 1, all of a sudden, short week, road game, kind of reminds me of, like, remember last year everyone was anointing the Cowboys until they blew out the Giants and Jets, and then they went to Arizona, who they were supposed to be the worst team in the league, and they lost. So, I don't know, like, any team could be beat, as we know. That's like a low-key, like, don't screw up, Jets, week 2. Like, if you lose week 1, you better be focused on win week 2. And if you win week 1, like, don't let the high of week 1 stop you from being ready week 2. And, I mean, they got that game against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. That's not going to be easy, even if the Jets are the better team. So that's tough. That's prime time Sunday night. And then Indy could be one of the more underrated teams in the
That's
league
mine.
if Anthony Richardson's good. Like that could
That's
low-key be
mine.
a tough game for the Jets.
We've had problems with quarterbacks who can run, right, and can get out of the pocket. When you send that 4-man rush, if they're dropping the linebackers and he breaks that one gap, he can get some yardage. And we saw it with Mahomes last year when he iced the game at the end. He did it with his legs more than his arm. So that's a guy who I'm big on for fantasy. I love Anthony Richardson. I had him last year as my backup to Josh Allen, and he was like putting up 30 points. He had 8 touchdowns in 2.5 games, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he was pretty good until he got hurt, as you know. And like I was I was following him closely just because he's in the Texans division, and I know that team well. I mean, they have a good roster. Like they almost made the playoffs with Gardner Minshew last year. So Richardson is like a good quarterback now that he's had a year to. He hasn't played, but he sat, and Steichen's a good offensive coach. They could be a sneaky dark horse, wild card team, maybe challenge the Texans for that division. Man, that division's interesting because you got 4 young quarterbacks in that division. I think we all think Stroud's the best one, but like it wasn't that long ago. Trevor Lawrence was the consensus top guy. Richardson's an unknown, but he has upside. Levis is an unknown. He does have some upside. So that's a fascinating division the Jets play this year.
Yeah, and I know it's a very small sample size, but Richardson was on pace for 47 touchdowns. Like between rushing and throwing, he was scoring. And sometimes, as we know, it's the best thing for a young quarterback to sit, right? And he got hurt, so maybe sitting and learning the NFL and hopefully learning how to slide. I love the kid. I loved him coming out. He was my number 1 quarterback in last year's draft. And I know Stroud did what Stroud did, but I would have loved to see what this kid could have done. They got him some weapons. They got Taylor back now, healthy too. That's a team. Do not sleep on the Colts this year, in my opinion.
Good team. Yeah, I mean, look, and we know the Jets are going to lose a game that they should have won. They'll probably steal a game that we're not looking at saying that how did they win? Like that's kind of just football, but. I mean, what's so different about this year is they don't have that gauntlet, at least on paper, they had last year. Like, there's a reason why they're a favorite in 14 of their 17 games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the matchups alone. Football's all about matchups, right? Like I said, with Richardson, if that's a bad matchup for us, that game can shock people. It's all about the individual matchups, either on the line, right? Now we got Tyron Smith. I don't think we're worried about edge rushers coming off the left side with Tyron Smith there. In the past, we've been like, holy shit, we're going to have to chip Ruckert or chip Conklin or keep a running back in. We can't put Michael Carter out there. He doesn't block. So it was difficult for us to figure out how we were going to protect. So the matchups that we have up front with this line now there's going to be a lot of weeks in our favor. And we know what Rodgers can do. If we can give Brees the ball 25 to 30 times a game, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this offense, because now if you have Rodgers will hand the ball off, as you know, he'll hand it off 35 times and not care. He's got no ego. Win the game. However, we got to win the game.
Oh man, I just pray we could get Brees healthy for a full year behind this line with Rodgers out there. I mean, Brees Hall will be in the Offensive Player of the Year conversation. That's how special he is.
I agree. And I wouldn't, with the quarterback numbers as low as they were last year, if it's another year like that and Brees goes for 1,700 yards rushing, 800 receiving, 80 catches, 15 plus touchdowns, maybe he sneaks into MVP. Who knows?
It's possible. I mean, I still think it's ultimately going to go to a quarterback because that's just like, I mean, no one says Adrian Peterson has won an MVP that wasn't a quarterback, but I mean, look, he's special. Like he has that type of game-changing talent, and like that's why it's so stupid that you're going to make a list of top 100 players and Brees Hall's not in it. Like, give me a break.
And the Madden rating was he 82,
83, crazy.
He'll be in the 90s by the time by the Texans game.
Oh,
he'll be in the 90s by the Texans game. But awesome. Yeah, so we'll talk more. We'll have we got to connect for the opener. If you're able to come stop by for a bit, if you don't have an event that you're hosting, that'd be great to have you come over with us.
Yeah, definitely. I will do my best to get over there. That'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, Jake, I appreciate you calling in. I know you should be pulling up any second. You're the man. You know that. The fans love you. I'm very grateful that I'm calling you a friend. now, so this is awesome for me to have you on and form a relationship with you on and off here, man. You're the man, dude.
Nick, you're the best, brother, and thanks for making my commute back to Manhattan enjoyable as I was tuned into the show.
No worries. Are you meeting anyone for late night chicken nuggets? What's the plan here?
Yeah, actually, I gotta get home and I have to, get my liquid IV ready to roll, and then head immediately to the Times Square McDonald's, where I'm going to try and break the record that was set on Tuesday of 73 McNuggets in 10 minutes.
Was that with sauce or without? Because sauce, that's a lot of sauce if you're doing 73.
Sauce was used. It was, it wasn't quite Sauce Gardner level sauce, but there was some sweet and sour sauce used.
Nice. All right.
Yep.
All right. Nice. Next time we need a live stream of it.
That's true.
If anyone trying to attempt to break the record, we got to get video of it.
What we really needed is an Asmaniac to somehow compete in the July 4th hot dog eating contest.
Oh my god, dude! A chicken nugget off.
Oh my god, sign me up.
If anyone can get McDonald's to sponsor an event of a chicken nugget eating contest, it's you, pal.
I will work on that, and if I'm able to secure the sponsorship, I'll break it live on the show.
Awesome.
Your show.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll do my best to start training.
I love it. Nick, have a great night, man. Thanks for having me.
You too, buddy, man. Get home safe. We'll talk soon.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, great Jake Asman calling in. Oh, I saw 2 fingers. That's what she said. Murdog, I'm going to bring both of you guys in together because you've both been weighing. I got Murdog and Alan. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? How are you doing, Murdog?
I was just scratching my head.
Like Jake, right?
It
sounded like Jake. We had no visual to confirm, but I mean, from the tone, the demeanor, the voice, everything sounded like Jake.
Yeah, no, that was Jake.
Yeah, no, definitely. How you doing, Murdog?
What's up, Alan?
What happened tonight with Bobby?
Well, I wasn't calling in for that. I was actually calling in to talk football because I had a feeling that Nick didn't want it brought up, so I wasn't going to bring it up. But
just go to the 2-hour 40-minute mark of Bobby's show. I think it was a misunderstanding. I think Bobby overreacted, and I think Bobby was just tired and cranky, to be completely honest. So I think it was more of and I said this to Bobby, so this is not me talking behind his back. You're doing too much. You're staring at this computer all day. It's draining you. People can visibly see you're fucking exhausted, dude. And when you get tired, you get fucking cranky and you get bitchy with people. So I think it was more that than anything Murdog did.
what it started was me, Lowski, Johnny, and Mike D's Nuts.
Okay.
And we were having like really good intellectual football conversation.
Okay.
And Bobby started bugging out about he wanted to get O'Leary on the Bonesy's call, or whoever was at the party. He was just bugging out about getting O'Leary on, and Mike D's Nuts was talking, and he was like, "My God," he was screaming at Mike D's Nuts, which was highly disrespectful, in my opinion. So we kept, we just kind of let him do his thing, and then we resumed the talks. And then Lowski asked me a question personally. Johnny asked me a question personally, and then Bobby's like, "Hey, you try to, who do you say it was?" He goes, "You remind me of Tom. I don't know Tom." He was like, "You like to walk all over everybody." I was like, "Wait, what? You've been interrupting everybody all since we've been in here talking football because you're trying to talk to people at the party. Like we're having a conversation." So we snapped. So I just kind of was like, you know what? F this. Like, he's disrespectful to a few people. He even cut Johnny off and then kicked Johnny out twice. So he was just losing his shit. So I just,
excuse me. It's a great comment by Assist My Suicide. And I always love when he's here because no one has assisted him with his suicide. So I know he survived another day. It's hard for some people to realize having fun can be exhausting. Wishing Bobby the best, but also some rest. That's very well said. I don't think we can summarize it better. I consider myself quite the wordsmith, unlike Knob, who is the cocksmith of the group. But I think that's very well said. And when he starts at 7:30 in the morning with Boy Green, and then to Jake, and then to his own show, then to Jake again, then to his own show, and then to either me or other shows at night, you're looking at 14 to 16 hours a day of staring at a screen or being on YouTube or StreamYard. That's a lot, man. You're missing meals. Like 5-hour show, you're not eating. We see you. You're not eating. So, I think we collectively have to all watch out for Bobby and make sure, if it's at a point with 2.5 hours, hey, Bobby, we got to go, man. You should sign off. We'll go. We'll see you later tonight.
Look, I think as a community, Nick, we all do a pretty, considering the circumstances, I think we all do a pretty good job of being overly nice.
Yeah.
And, yeah, but when you just start getting disrespectful like that, at some point it was just like, I was like, oh, you said this fucking guy. Or I was like, yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't have to belabor the point, but
you got to remember who and what it's coming from at that moment.
I did, brother.
Coming from exhaustion, and I'm sure the next time you go on, he'll be apologetic. You'll apologize,
trust me.
he'll apologize, and everything will be fine. I just think
I bit my tongue as best as I could for as long as I could.
I lashed out at him for you. I don't know if you're still watching, but I got in there and said it to him.
Yeah, quick shout out to Mike These Nuts and JETS mess. I know that they had my back. So
yeah.
Well, because watching the show, then everybody who comes in, this douchebag. I was like, well, I'm just sitting here, oh god, telling a false version of what happened. But whatever. I don't want to keep going with that. I know you don't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
What's up, Alan?
Hey, what's going on? I have a take on the Rogers situation. Again, as you could tell.
Wait, what situation?
When the reporters went after him for not showing up mandatory.
Fuck them. What do you got?
I'm
bracing myself. I'm bracing myself here because go ahead.
No, I'll be honest with this. I don't blame Rogers for this, and I don't blame the media on this, and I'll tell you why. I put the blame on the Jets, and I put the blame on their PR, and I put the blame on the organization, who said, if you listen to Salah's presser, that he knew for 2 weeks that Rogers wasn't going to be there. Yeah. The idea that they waited 2 weeks to sit on this, and the morning of mandatory minicamp, they find out that he's not there. It's just a bad look. That's where
I disagree because you don't talk about the problem until it becomes a problem. If you talk about it for 2 weeks before, now it's taking attention away from the mini OTAs that they were at, that he was at, and that you don't address it until you have to address it, and so I'll disagree with that.
Okay, but
hold up.
Go on.
Can I ask you a question, Alan? Would you agree that the media despises him?
I do. I think certain people in the media despise him.
Okay. So with that being said, if they had 2 weeks to prepare to just send a barrage of shit his way, the Jets' way, talk about distractions, don't you think if they had 2 weeks of prep to go after him, it would have just been 2 weeks of chaos of Roger, he ain't gonna beat, like it would have been a shit show for 2 weeks straight. Now it was like, oh, he's not here. You know what I mean? It was better that they didn't tell the media.
Boomtown makes a great point here. Maybe Rogers asked the team not to disclose it because the media tracks his every move and they would have been plotting and planning and scheming to figure out what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
So you kind of sneak away when you're that big of a celebrity. You want to just kind of sneak off and have your privacy when you do have plans. I'm okay with it. He never went to voluntary camp with the Packers. He never went to mandatory camps. He never showed up till training camp. This is New York media and national media trying to make something. Listen, if he incompletes a pass in November, it's going to be, it's third down in November. Well, if he was at that mandatory camp in June, everything would have been worked out. That's the type of shit because of the lightning rod that he is. So
I understand.
You got to remember who's shitting on him and what their agenda is. Because here's the main thing. You mention his name, people will watch.
Yes, I agree
Now
with
that Brady's gone, he's the guy. Him and Mahomes, if they do anything, people are tuning in to watch. People are tuning in to discuss. People are typing. People are commenting. So that he gets used because of his superstar status in the league.
I get it. I'm pretty sure Ricky NY was the first one to like bring this out into the space, but he pointed out that Brady missed 11 days of training camp with a brand new team.
Yeah,
He
They
did.
didn't say shit. They didn't go after
they
him like
did.
that. And
They
if
did.
well,
It was
did.
the
it wasn't
honeymoon
a
stage.
circus.
It
But
was
how
the
about
honeymoon
this?
stage, and it was fucking Tampa.
Right.
Name
But
someone in the Tampa media.
do you remember that season when they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Halfway through the year, they were like a 500 team.
They were.
They kind of like got
He
into
put
the
in the
playoffs
Patriot
like
playbook in the bye week.
But I feel like coming off what happened last year,
Mhm.
I mean, I have no problem with him missing mandatory. I don't. I
2
just
days.
thought, well, I just have a problem with the way it went down. I think it should have been communicated better. That's my opinion. You guys might completely disagree, but I just think it should have been communicated better.
But who are you blaming? Are you blaming Aaron or are you blaming the
No,
Jets?
I blame the Jets. I do.
Okay.
I don't blame
Because
them at
if
all.
I'm going to blame anybody,
I
I'd
don't
blame them
anyone.
too.
I don't think this entire situation garners any blame.
Mhm.
I agree.
He didn't miss a game. He didn't miss training camp. He booked this before he knew the schedule of the Jets offseason program. You talked to the Jets about it. The Jets are okay with it. We can't take the bait on everything the media tries to make into a big story. And I get it. It's May and June. We're diehards. We're waiting for everything to come out on the Jets. And it becomes our topic, and when you have YouTube shows 14, 15 hours a day about this team, it's going to get discussed. But I'm always one, and I don't know why the Jets are the only thing in life I'm level-headed about. But I'm always level-headed about this team. I'm always optimistic about this team. I'm proud New York Jet fan. How many fucking people are proud to be a Jet fan? We're all curmudgeons, right? But yeah, there you go, Verdock. Welcome. But I'm always optimistic about this team, and they've given me zero fucking reason to be that way. But I'm just of the mindset of if I'm putting my time, my effort, my energy, my funds, everything into this team with doing shows and going to games and new merchandise for the team, why am I going to be negative about it? If I wanted to be negative about something that was fully engulfed in, I would still be married.
One more comment, and this is on the coach. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of the coach.
I've heard.
I've
heard. You've dabbled.
He's going on year 4.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a major issue with the way he communicates. He doesn't convey a message
to who?
well.
To the team?
Just no, but to the media. I just don't think he conveys a message well. I also have a problem with the team.
I like that though. I like that because I want my coach not giving headlines out. I want my coach not giving
the receipts. That's where he lost me. When he had the receipts comment a year and a half ago, when he challenged the media, and I'm thinking, you haven't won shit. Shut your mouth. Okay, that's where I had a problem with him. Again,
I don't 18. Because let me take that point on before you move on to the next one, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you talk to your team through the media. Motivate your team through the media. I've been a coach, and I've said stuff to the parents that the kids can hear, delivering a message indirectly, right? And that's how you unite your locker room and let them know, hey, we know people out there are saying shit. We know people out there don't believe. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to keep an eye out. You guys keep an eye out, and we'll cash these down the road when it starts to pay off. So that could be like a unifying thing, right? Like you want to know your coach got your back. You want to know that if they're talking shit about the guys in the locker room and what we can and can't do, you want to know your coach has your back and that your coach is going to stand up for you. And I think that was him kind of introducing himself to this new rebuilt team, right? The first year was shit, and then they brought in all these players year 2, the draft class. That's that bonding moment maybe done through the media, where the players will come up to him, that coach, you know what? I appreciate you got my back out there. I appreciate that you look out for us. I appreciate that you will stand up for us in the media. And it's a tough place to do that because you can't do it like Rex. You can't fucking make all these promises and fail, but you can let your team know behind closed doors you can say that shit. But you got to be savvy. And I think Saleh is a beautiful balance of savvy and confident with the New York media because they will try to fucking bury you. And I think he's the right guy to lead this team. He just needs his quarterback. Winning 14 games the last 2 seasons with the worst quarterback play and the most offensive linemen used in football and losing Breece Hall in his rookie year, I think is pretty fucking amazing that he won that many games, to be completely honest.
I also think, here's my 2 other points. I think the best thing that happened to Saleh this offseason is the Athletic article, and I'll tell you why. I think it allowed him to be a little bit more reserved. I think sometimes he came across as very chummy with the media. And I think the Athletic article really opened his eyes that sometimes it doesn't pay to be best friends with Joe Beningo. You just have to be a coach. I want you to be a coach. And secondly,
please don't even mention that name on this channel. We are anti-Joe. I'm more anti-Joe than I am any. It would be a toss-up between him and Greenberg if I had to mention who I would never want to hear from again. I don't like either.
Okay.
Joe Beningo is the reason I stopped listening to New York sports talk radio. So
I could see that. I could see that. And on the field, what I worry about is undisciplined penalties. That's a big problem. And
I'll give you that. I won't argue that.
Me too. I'll give you that one.
I'll give you the one player that I'm shocked he's still on the roster, and that's Michael Clemens.
Michael Clemens, yeah,
because
that's
Michael Clemens, what happened last year in Buffalo, and every week
Joe B is so negative it makes Alan look like Neil.
What Michael Clemens did in Buffalo embarrassed the organization. And the idea that he is a backup lineman.
Yeah.
And
in Cleveland too, with the fans.
Yeah.
The fuck you.
You got to see the field the next week is ridiculous. Any other major coach would have cut him. Honestly. Or he would have seen the bench the week after. Yeah. So as much as people love Saleh, sometimes you have to read the room. And when your backup lineman is acting like a moron, sometimes you got to sit him down and say, shut your mouth and sit on the bench. That's a major issue. Sometimes he's a little too loyal to some of his players. And I agree with what he did with Lazard, but he did not do it with one guy on his defense.
You know why?
I kind of know why, but yeah.
Number one, it's a defensive player. Right?
That's a problem. Yeah, I agree.
Number two, as stupid as Clemens was, he never gave up on a play. Lazard gave up on plays. There's a difference from being too emotional of a head case and quitting on your team. There's a big difference on betrayal, right? You can have a mental lapse and be fucking angry and act on it, and undisciplined. But to quit on your team and to have the team watch that on film, that's a major difference. That's the big thing there. If Clemens would have just stood up and allowed someone to truck him and block him and quit on a play, you'd have the same reaction.
And I don't think Clemens will make the team this year. I really don't.
Agreed. I think that's actually that's been my take for a long time.
I think there are guys in the defensive line room, whether it's the 3 UDFAs. I think the 3 UDFAs have a chance to really supplant him on the team. And one other thing on the defense before I go, I don't like our safety room. I just don't. And when Justin Simmons is out there, and it might cost you $6 to $8 million to go get him, I would just jump. I mean, I think that's a big.
I'm not on board with that, and here's why. Go Google Chuck Clark and how highly everyone talked about him last year.
I just think they're different players.
I
I'm
know,
not,
but in this scheme, you don't.
Mhm.
You ask your front and your corners to be the stars of this scheme. And that allows your linebackers to run free and make all the plays that they make, right? That's why we've had all-pro linebackers the last 2 years, because of the design of the scheme where these guys are able to go sideline to sideline and make the plays. The safeties here, you don't want being the star of this scheme. You draft, you develop.
I want it to be more instinctive. I just don't like. You see, people talk about Tony Adams. There are games where I know he played well in the Philly game, but there are games where Tony Adams just looks lost out there.
He does take bad angles on his tackles, but I'll take Chuck Clark over Whitehead immediately. That's an upgrade because Chuck Clark will finish the tackles when he gets there. He's not going to put his head down and drive and not wrap. Chuck Clark will finish the tackle when he gets to the ball carrier. Whitehead, the guys bounced off of him like he was a kindergartner. It was pathetic at times. But yeah, I think Tony Adams, that play in the Philly game, Quincy Williams, the blitz in Denver, I keep referencing those two games as the Mariano Rivera. They were the closers. They came in, we had a lead, the defense had to shut it down, and they did. We got that taken away from us 4 plays in too. This defense playing with a lead time and time again, being aggressive, throwing out blitzes and jumping routes that they know are coming late in a game when a team hits their 2-minute drill, instead of handing it off midway through the third quarter because it's 16-3 and we can't fucking score any more points. Those days are over. So
I also worry about our defensive tackles against the run. I worry about a guy like they overpaid for Kinlaw, who was a first-round bust. Very talented player. I don't know about the kid from Arizona. I just think
he's big and strong. I haven't watched any footage on him yet. But everyone when I bring that up in the chat, the people who have watched him say he's big and strong. He's not movable. He's got that big Samoan thing to him, right?
I can see that.
They got that for some reason they're all born with superhuman strength.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I do have to get to bed. I got to be up early for work tomorrow.
I'm actually moving on Tuesday, so have a good one, guys.
See you later. Maybe next time I'll talk
to Texas, right? From North Carolina.
We're moving to Texas on Tuesday. Yeah.
Well, if we don't talk, safe travels to you, brother, you and your entire family.
Thanks a lot.
And you are a member of the channel, I believe. Friend me, follow the instructions on the bottom. Friend me at Proud NYJ Fan and get over into my Discord group and reap your rewards, my friend. So
have a good
safe travels. God bless you and the whole family.
Okay, have a good one, man.
Later, brother.
Next time, are you bouncing now?
I am. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Next time.
You want to say in closing?
No. I was going to say next time. No, I wanted to talk about stuff with the Jets, but we're out of time. So next time you're on, we'll get into it.
Yeah. I'm
Homie, have a good one.
You too, brother.
Peace.
Later, pal. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. That was fun. First time Jake calling into the show. Didn't think that I'd be Jake's booty call where he's reaching out to me in the middle of the night to talk to on his drunken Uber ride home. But look at that, baby. Check that box off the bucket list. So what? Go to fucking bed.
Who's ready for the 3-hour after show?
Oh my God, fucking Johnny. God, fucking guy. His poor wife. She probably just says, go talk to Nick. Leave me the fuck alone. Yes. No diddy. Oh, what did we learn? Tom learned Nick is the voice of reason. Oh, man. If all my exes could see me now. That should be a lesson for Bobby, how to get people in and out of the show quickly. So, what did we learn today, guys? What did we learn on this show? What did we learn? I learned that I'll tell you what I learned. I'll start one off. I learned that Jake watches the show. I know he's popped in a couple chats, and then he's given a couple super chats, but to come on and talk, that made my night. That was nice. It's awesome. It gives the show credibility, right? Like if you're watching someone's show and you might not know of me or who I am, and you see Jake Asman is calling in like to talk to me, it's like, holy shit! It gives the show credibility. It gives meaning to the show, and that's awesome, man. You can't sell that short. I wish I had his face. I would make it a short and promote it, but it would. No one could see him. But that's awesome. I love that stuff, man. I love that, like, something that I started doing as a hobby is growing, and that's a tribute to you guys in the chat. If you guys aren't here, no one else is going to know about the show. It says something that when you click on a show and there's 30, 40, 50 people watching, and I was used to be at 6, and now it's like growing. People are like, oh, there's a lot of people watching this guy. Let me see what he's got. So I can't thank you guys enough. Without you guys, there'd be no Proud New York Jet Fan show. It would just be me sitting in Quick Check talking to people randomly like I used to do. Oh, thank you, Clancy. Learned that I'm a motivational speaker. I learned Nick is more than just a booty call. That's right. That's right. Learned Nick genuinely cares about people and will do his best to bring people together, be it tailgate or squash and beef. Amen. I've always done that, man. I've always done that. Thank you. I appreciate that you picked up on that. Yeah, Clancy, he is. He's a really good guy. Oh, Greg, you should have fucking known. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, I got a clip me singing Shawn Michaels with Bobby dancing yesterday and make that a video. That's what I'll do tonight when I'm in bed winding down. Yes, we learned. You should have known that too. Knob, I'm a wordsmith. Knob's the cocksmith. What else did we learn? I learned that Johnny is ready to party. John, we know that too. I'm trying to end the show before midnight. Get your last couple. What did I learn? Alan is nice when he's tired. He loves everybody. Awesome. Oh. I'll midnight. I tell you right now, I have a Bobby emoji that I want to launch. We are 10 channel memberships away. I'll buy one right now. Done. I just bought one. We're 9 away. I'll stay on. I'll stay on longer. Macau Edwards was just gifted a membership. Welcome to the channel. I'll stay on if we get to the Bobby emoji. I'll stay on till 1 o'clock if we get to the Bobby emoji. We'll add Bobby to the channel. We've added Knob recently. We've added Charles. We've added Boba Jet. Addison had one. I've been drinking a lot of water because how hot it is, so I have to pee again. I will play the Charles video, and then if we want to hang more, we'll hang more. Well, people, you know how I am, Scott. People want to hang. I'm like, all right, let's. I know, I am. I know. But I don't have to be at work till 11:30 tomorrow. So, and there's no kids in the school, so it's easier. You know what? Here, just to show you I'm not bribing anyone. Here, this is what I'll do. Where else do you see this? Where else do you see this? the third one tonight out of my own pocket. We're down to 8. How's that? We're down to 8. I bought 3 tonight. TC was just gifted. Welcome, TC. Where else do you see that? I'm not bribing shit. I'm dropping money out of my own pocket to grow the channel and to get there. All right. Charles video. I will be back.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat. Got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. My YouTube is blowing up and I'm becoming a star. Like takes are fresh like the clothes on VR. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop, nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop ours. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Blowski calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
Give me a second. I'm not peeing. I'm taking from my gallon of water that was in the freezer, and I'm pouring it into the other bottle. All right. See, I wasn't peeing. All right. What'd I miss? All right. Let's get the table situated. All right. How we looking? Let's get to the chat. Knob Deep coming in with 5. Repeat, 5. A fungus among us. I can't see that. Let me. Salvatore Scardino, Pat Rich, Adam S, Jets 830. Congratulations. Courtesy of the channel's legendary gifter, Knob Deep. You are all members of the channel. And not to be outdone, Clancy just drops 5 for Johnny Ace, Orlando Vega, Love Bites, Dave Briga, I hope I said that right, and Jiggaman Porta. All right, everyone. Good night. Show's going to end. I had to fuck with you guys. Awesome. Clancy, Knob, you guys are legends. So, Murdog, if you had other questions, the link is still there. We'll keep the show going. Click the link. Come on air. Alan, if you want to get back on, come on. I get up from this chair and I go pee, and like I swear to God, it's like drinking a cup of coffee. I get revitalized like as soon as I get to pee. When I have to pee, I'm like Bobby when he gets tired. I get cranky. All right, yes, Boomtown, go ahead. Drop your what did we learn? It's a new day. It's after midnight. So what did you learn on yesterday's show? But thank you so much to Knob, to Clancy. All right. Alfonso, Boomtown, the legendary what did he learn? Alfonso gets Nick going. I finish him off. A lot of Buffalo Bills flags seem to go up in the month of June. Nick shine, Bobby whisper. Nick gets very excited at the sight of Jake's 2 fingers. And now the bonus, Boom, because we know Boom always has a bonus. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for Boom's bonus. The sting of holding. Oh, when you're diabetic? My God. Oh, there's no bonus. Get some sleep, Bobby. I mean, Nick. Boom. Thank you so much, Boom. Guys, the whole what did you learn? Boomtown has been a superstar from day one. He keeps notes during the show. One night, I forget what happened, but I ended the show and he's messaged me. And I swear to God, I felt that Boom was like a sad puppy dog, like walking up to your front door. And he was like, oh, I had all these for you. This is how I read it in my head. This is not how he said it, but in the text, it was like, oh man, you ended the show, and I had all of these. What did we learn? So I'll just text them to you, man. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm so sorry. I was like, please forgive me. But awesome. Oh, 3 siblings with a super chat. I can't give memberships on my iPhone, but thank you for staying on. Thank you, 3 siblings. Thank you. That's all. I am going to talk very briefly non-New York Jets. I'm going to bring Murdoch back in. I do apologize. I was going to end, and then as long as I could get up and pee. Now that I have that Charles video, that's the perfect amount of time for me to get up, pee, and come back. Like, I've ended shows because no one's been on with me. But now that I have that I'll be Bobby. I'll do 5-hour shows. For those of you that watch Dexter, at 9:56 tonight, I finished season 4. For those of you who watched Dexter, season 4 is with John Lithgow, the Trinity Killer, and the season just. Murdoch, have you watched Dexter?
I saw the John Lithgow season.
You've seen the whole thing?
Yeah.
All right. Rita just got killed in the bathtub at the house, and he found his son in the season 4 season finale in the blood, born from blood, just like him. So the fact that I still came on and did this show when I was like, holy fuck, what's the next episode? Shows how much I love you guys. Because I literally sat there like, holy fuck. When he came in the house and the message, I had a bad feeling. I had a very bad feeling. I didn't know it'd be Rita. I am, Scott. I'm into season 4. But thank you again. Let me go through all this again. Knob Deep, superstar, called in last night in bed, shirtless, with a sheet laid over him, with his chest hair velcroed together for some reason. We don't know why. Tummy sticks may have been involved. But Knob, you're the fucking man. I keep telling you that. Clancy coming in. Clancy dropping it. Clancy, what type of dog is that? I know Bobby knows everything about the dog. Its birth date, its paw print, everything. I'm not good with remembering that stuff. But cute little puppy there. And 3 siblings. Thank you, sir. Now Knob comes in, end the show. All right. What was your other Jet question you had when 20 minutes ago when we were gonna end it?
Yeah, no. Well, no, it's just more you guys were talking about Reddick earlier and that situation. And I've always wanted to talk about Joe Douglas. And it kind of ties into it a little bit. I think Joe Douglas is hands down the best GM we ever had. So when I see people talking about fire Saleh, get rid of Joe Douglas, I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I've been a Jet fan for 40 years. Right. Fucking 40 years, bro. Yeah. I've seen it all. I've seen the worst of the worst. I've had seasons to where, well, most seasons, by week 3, I'm looking at the draft board. You know what I mean? I don't have that feeling anymore with Joe Douglas.
October 18th. For years, I said I've been studying draft prospects by my birthday certain years.
Yeah, but we're 0-3 a lot, and I'm just like we're picking in the top 5. Like, so that was the feeling for years, most years. So there's no feeling like that anymore. We don't have to pay a Jets tax anymore. Remember the Jets tax?
Yeah.
That shit's gone. because of Joe Douglas. The draft class, obviously, you know, with Garrett and so us, all you know, that class. It's just the guy has done so many good things, and people focus on, oh, but he drafted Zach Wilson number 2.
Yeah.
Look at every mock draft when Zach Wilson got drafted. Everybody and their grandmother was, oh, Zach Wilson
It's
going
not
number
like
2.
anyone else worked out after him. They've all sucked after him.
Yeah,
Even Lawrence in front of him has sucked. So
yeah,
it's not like
right. Well, he's
5
been a little bit better, but
superstars went, right? It's not like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson went after Zach Wilson and he picked the wrong quarterback. They all suck because
Lamar
it would
Jackson.
suck taking a quarterback after the COVID year.
Yeah, but they're going to hold him to the fire over Zach Wilson. So yes, it was a bad pick, but didn't Trey Lance go after him at 3? Is anybody?
Yeah, and not only
were
did he
they
go
looking
at 3,
for? Huh?
the 49ers gave up multiple number ones.
Yeah, they gave up a fortune for him, but no
when
one's
you
asking
can
for
build the
Shanahan's
rest
head
of
on a
your
plate.
roster, yeah, because you built the
Or
rest of your roster so stout and so phenomenally.
yeah, but it's funny because people just like to look at the end result. But back when they drafted him, oh, the Jets need to take Zach Wilson. So everybody in the media is on board, fans are on board, and he does it. And because the kid didn't pan out, it's oh, he's terrible. He doesn't know how to pick play. I was like, he's got to go. I'm like, do you not understand how this man has changed this franchise little by little, year by year? I mean, every Jet fan in this community is excited.
Yeah,
We
I
never
asked this
have that.
question. If Joe Douglas were to be fired tomorrow,
Yeah.
would you want the Buffalo Bills to pick him up as general manager?
No.
There you go. That's how you
No,
know
I
you
don't
have
want
a great guy.
I hope if we
Joe
fire him, I
Douglas
hope he
were fired
retired.
tomorrow, would you want the Miami Dolphins to pick him up as general manager?
Of course, nobody. I don't want anybody to have him.
That tells you that you have the right guy. And now it's not NBA where you can have one off season, bring in 2 superstars and change your whole franchise. There's rookies that need to develop. They're doing that.
And he's doing smart shit. Like he's bringing in free agents, cost controlled. He's filling out holes on the roster year by year by year. And now he's even drafting with an eye to the future to back himself up. Because, all right, look at last year. Will McDonald went 15, right? 15th pick is that's a high quality pick at 15. He took a D end and everyone's flipping out. But he's thinking
1 year later. 1 year
he's
later.
drafting for the future. He's like, our defense is solid. But guess what? I'm not bringing back Carl Lawson. There's, that kid's going to, learn for a year, and then he's going to have a role. He's doing things in advance, and that's great. Just like they did with Olu this year. Yeah. They already signed Tyron. They traded for Morgan Moses, and he was like, "Well, we're still taking a tackle because next year we might not have Tyron." Yeah. So while at the same time filling a need, which was a solid backup offensive tackle. So he like 2 birds in 1 stone, and people aren't appreciating that. To where just like, oh, we got to trade up or draft Bowers. Why do we need Bowers? Like, why do we have to give up Morgan's the future for players that we don't need? Like, so he's doing it the right way instead of, what's the word I'm looking for? He's not mortgaging our future like we have done so many times.
That's exactly what Assist My Suicide just said. He literally just said that word for word. When you were looking to the side, I put the comment up.
Yeah,
and you got to remember, other teams that make moves and make changes and hire a new general manager sometimes have a lot of pieces in place already.
He's built it.
We didn't.
Right.
It was a complete teardown. If you go back to his first year, our main pieces were Sam Darnold, gone. Robbie Anderson, gone. Quincy Enunwa, retired. Leonard Williams, gone. Jamal Adams, gone.
Look at that trade, Nick. He fucking fleeced Seattle.
Look at that trade.
Fleeced them. All his trades, he's been basically fleecing them. Like,
if
Joe
we don't
Douglas
make
is
that
a weapon.
Jamal Adams trade, we probably trade back from 4. And who knows what we get? We don't end up with Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. We don't end up with 2 potential All-Pros on the outside. So
he had the.
There was nobody. There was nobody.
Yeah.
Go look at the 2020 roster and tell me how many of those guys would even make the team right now. Adams would make the team. Quinnen would make the team. Robbie Anderson, I don't even know if it's a given if he makes the team.
He would not be chosen.
Maybe he'd be wide receiver 5. Herndon, he's not making the team. None of the cornerbacks are making the team. Like, there's nobody on that team who can make this team. But this is a league driven off of quarterback play.
See,
and if you don't have your quarterback, you don't have a chance. And I keep telling everyone, last year in the 2023 NFL season, it was the most amount of starting quarterbacks ever used in the NFL for one season. You know how many of those guys made the final 8 of the playoffs? 0. The final 8 were all opening day QB1s. So if you don't have your guy, you don't have a chance. We lost our guy 4 plays in.
Yeah.
So I can't blame Joe Douglas for that.
No, and anytime anybody even utters, "Oh, JD's got to go," I'm just like, you don't know shit. Like, case in point, right? Like, I've been burnt. Like, me and you are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
I've been burnt so many seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm always critiquing, I trust Joe Douglas. When Joe Douglas does something, I'm like, wait, what was that? After like 2 seconds, I'm like, oh, he knows better than me. You know what I mean? He's made 1,000 good moves. He's making moves next level. So I'm just like, you know what? I trust him. Let's see what happens. I give him the benefit of the doubt with everything he does. There's only one thing that I would shit on him for, and that's being unprepared with the backup quarterback situation.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have brought back Mike White. I think they held on to Zach too long because he was, the draft capital number 2 pick. I think they should just cut him loose and cut their losses earlier because Mike White was moving that offense. So at minimum, I would at least brought him back.
Mike.
So that's leaving us shorthanded at the QB position.
I am notorious for being the biggest Mike White hater. When you look at the numbers between QBR and QB rating, they're identical.
That's right,
they're identical. And I've said they're both piles of shit. One is a high fiber turd that you pass out trying to push out. The other one's explosive diarrhea when you're stuck in traffic.
Would he have been better than Zach Wilson? Starting the season, would he have been better than Zach Wilson?
No, it was the same thing. He had a worse winning percentage than Zach Wilson.
When I'm watching games, I'm watching Jets put up points with Mike White, and then I was watching the Jets not put up points with Zach Wilson. So I would rather have had him.
Still wasn't winning. It's still shit. It's win. This is a win-loss season. If you lose a game 21-20, you lost. If you lose the game 16-3, you lost. There's no style points. Mike White couldn't win in this league.
I would still rather have had him than Zach as our backup option. That was the point of saying that.
Someone might say, I don't want diarrhea in traffic.
Yeah,
Someone else will say, I don't want to pass out while I'm pushing out this fucking lumber. So it's still shit. They're both shit.
Right. So where Joe had a shortcoming was not solidifying a solid backup. Whoever it would be, but that's where he left that. But what I was saying before
I'll give you that. I'll agree with that.
That's where I would knock Joe is he, not cutting Zach loose, cut your losses earlier and get a backup in a serviceable one. But do you watch all that draft stuff? I'm like a draft junkie. Do you watch any of that shit? What are you watching? Porn? What are you doing?
No, I'm getting the Bobby emoji.
I'm just fucking
lined
with you.
up now that we made it. I don't watch porn. I gave up porn when I gave up drinking.
This is busting your balls. Do you? I always watch all the draft stuff, and you see like the one Jets Drive shows, and he's predicting who's going where. He is predicting that the Patriots and Steelers are going to trade to jump up for the tackle. Like he saw all this shit coming. So that tells me he's in tune with what's going on, not just with, Jets, but in the league and what teams are going to do. And then he makes his moves accordingly.
Yeah.
How big was it to jump ahead of the Texans to take Brees Hall? A few picks. That was huge. He did it.
Yeah.
He's being smart. When it comes to the draft, I'm always real big on value as far as like maximizing trade down, trade up, this, that. He's a master at that. How many drafts have you gone through in your life where you're like, this was a shit show, up and down? Not with him. So I don't know. I just think that people need to appreciate a lot of the good that he's done and have faith in him. Because I've never had faith in a GM ever.
Parcells
fucked us.
Parcells fucked us as a coach, but
No,
Parcells
Parcells fucked us as a GM. I had this conversation with Blue.
John Abraham, Sean Ellis, and Pennington.
Okay, and he cost us Peyton Manning. So I think that's bigger than everything. You don't know that story?
I know that Manning didn't want to go to the Jets, and he went.
That's
back
not
to
true.
Tennessee.
That's not true at all. When the Jets had the number 1 pick in the draft, I think it was the year after Keyshawn. What was it, 96, 97?
It was back to back. It was 96.
They had back to back. I think they used one on Keyshawn, and they had the first pick. Archie Manning went up to Parcells and said, if you guarantee that you take Peyton number 1, he'll come out as a junior and he'll be a Jet. And Parcells told him, I can't commit that to you. So Archie said, all right, no problem. He went back to Tennessee, played his senior season, and the Colts got him the next year. We didn't even keep that pick. We traded it to the Rams. And they took Orlando Pace, Hall of Fame tackle. I think with the trade back, I think we got Farrier that year. So, yeah, Bill Parcells cost us Peyton Manning because he wouldn't commit to Archie Manning.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, proud New York Jet fan channel subscribers, if you refresh your YouTube, the Bobby emoji is live. Thank you for everyone for making that possible, for making that happen tonight.
Does the emoji curse me out, Nick?
It is not a live action emoji, but if you stare at it long enough, you'll feel those vibes.
Okay. I feel it already.
You'll feel it. Yeah. That's because Tom just posted 7 of them. Knob just posted 8 of them. They're there. Bobby's there. Bobby's live. Let me show everyone. Let me send this to... I think I got a good one, too. I think I got a good one of them.
Oh, shit.
You don't get many clear shots of Bobby's face, right?
Right.
But this is what I was accused of watching midget porn. I saw that comment in the chat, asshole. I was accused of watching porn, but I was looking for a rare moment where Bobby picked his fucking head up. So
you got the hat down there.
Yeah, I had and I got him. Look at that. Let's share the screen. I think I did really fucking good. You don't see Bobby like this very often, right? I think I nailed it.
That's as good as you're going to get.
I mean, I don't think his driver's license picture is that clear. There we go.
Probably right.
Yeah, that's the caption. Is that a dog? Can I see your dog? I love when he says, oh, your doggy loves you. Like he speaks on behalf of the dog.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know if that dog's getting beaten, Bobby. Calm down. But there it is. There it is. When to Knob and anyone else, and when that day comes and I pass away, please have them make this photo in a floral arrangement next to the casket. Knob, I'm putting you in charge of that. I need that photo of Bobby looking at the casket at me the entire time. Awesome. That's a great fucking. Yeah, well,
I feel like
dude,
I can't even crack a joke after tonight. I don't think I think it would come off in bad taste. So it's just not going to crack them.
I don't know, Knob. It's going to be a race. It's going to be a race for sure. I don't know. We might be. We're both tall. We might be like the Twin Towers. Oh, no, that would have been a bad. All right, well, fuck it. We both might demise within minutes of one another. There we go. I'll say it that way. Yes, Eminon is an Undertaker. I don't know if you guys know this, but longtime subscriber to the channel, Eminon, is an Undertaker. And they're midgets. Don't try to get me to say little people. I saw your comment trying to get me to be politically correct. Yep. I was gonna do the one. I have another one of him that. Oh, your audio's kicking back at me. I had another one at first. I went back to his like original shows 5 years ago. For those of you who don't know, Bobby was doing YouTube shows 5 years ago.
He's doing trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. He doesn't wear hats in them either.
No, but he does. And this was going to be one I was going to use, but I was like, you know what? I cannot put Bobby with the Yankee logo. I mean, the Giant logo in the background. That one would have been fun, but I can't. That was my first choice, but I can't have the Giants. I can't have the Giants logo.
Can you edit that out? I'm sure Gator would. Gator could do that for you.
No, I think I'll just randomly reference it instead of having it be an emoji on the Jet channel.
Or crop it. Can you crop it?
No, I like it as is, because when he gets upset about like a Jet game, I'll just bring this up and be like, "Hey, man, we know your roots. Calm down. You're not allowed to be upset. Look, I got proof." So the fact that I got two of those in less than a minute, I think I'm like the greatest internet searcher ever. Me and a woman who thinks she's being cheated on are the greatest two internet searchers ever.
Yeah. Funny.
Oh man, I think I should have just committed to 12:30 and not 1 o'clock. Who's Darren?
You fucked up.
I know.
Oh, okay. So we'll get back to football.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
When I was talking about, Joe drafting McDonald at 15, obviously with an eye to the future, probably, for Lawson and whoever and as insurance.
He knew Lawson was done. He knew Huff was on the last year of his deal. Good GMs plan ahead.
Yeah,
they don't
he drafted
expect
ahead.
that guy to come in on day one and become a Sauce Gardner. It's rare that happens. You need a pipeline. And this is where we're getting now, where Olu, 2 years in a row, our first round draft pick, is not expected to start. Doesn't mean they're failures. It means that we're developing the pipeline and we're going to build guys to succeed.
Right, but Nick, when did we ever have this? Never. We've never had a GM setting us up for success. Not for this year and next year, like for a while. This is great. I'm loving everything he does. And everything he does, I have confidence in, even if it fails. It's just like, all right, man, I trust him enough to make more good decisions, more right decisions than wrong ones.
Yeah.
He's proven that. He deserves the benefit of the doubt. So I just don't understand. When people start shitting on him, I'm just like, they don't know football. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just angry fans that have impulse control, I guess.
Yeah.
So
and just to check in, it was 10:05 and Bonesy was heading home, And
He's still not home?
No, he commutes like an hour and 40 minutes on the train each way.
Yeah, but he was en route when he
But
was.
he was in Long Island, so he's got to get back to Manhattan before he starts that hour and 40-minute commute north.
Oh, wait, it's an hour 40 from Manhattan to his house?
Yeah.
And he does that
The other day.
multiple times a
round
week to
trip.
the shoe store?
Yeah.
Wow.
Round trip is an hour and 40, he told me the other day. So, also known as the creepy guy train hopping, but fuck him. He's our creepy guy. We love him.
I had an idea for Bonesy. Next time he's on, I'll talk to him.
All right.
Uh,
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Go win the fucking Super Bowl. You win the Super Bowl. Number one, Joe Douglas, you're an icon, right? You did the impossible with the impossible. Now, I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is. I don't care. Joe, retire because you'll never top it. Win the Super Bowl. Say Woody as you're holding the trophy. Hey, man, I'm done. I did what nobody thought could ever be done with this team. We got them a Super Bowl. I'm gonna go kick my feet up for a year and just wait for massive offer after massive offer to come in.
I want him to get a
don't care.
lifetime contract.
But why though? You win a Super Bowl? Why?
I want to get him a lifetime just so we could hold on to him.
I get you. But if you're Joe, why? You win it this year? Like, all right, man, I won it. I don't need to be critiqued by this fucking media anymore. I don't need to be critiqued by this fan base anymore.
Hey,
It's
he don't
kind of
give a
like
shit,
when the guy from the Red Sox, who was their GM, Theo
Epstein. Yeah.
Also, no relation to the island that I know of, but who knows? He's a Red Sox fan. They do weird shit. Maybe he is. Who am I? Don't listen to me. I'm not a reliable source. But Epstein left Boston, right? Like, where do you go from there? You did the impossible with the impossible, right?
Yeah, but he wanted to do the impossible twice because the Cubs were in the same boat as the Red
With
Sox.
the Cubs when they did it?
Yep.
He was. So there you go. You know, that's who you pick then. You say, all right, I'll take the Bengals job. They've never won one. And you just become the fucking greatest GM of all time and just go give all these teams, not the Bills, championships that have never had one before.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, JD, man, he's looking toward the future. He's setting us up nice.
Scott just made my my plums tingle. Rogers wants more than one. Oh, Scott.
I agree.
That made me tingle on my insides, brother.
This whole thing is great. All this shit that's going on right now, Aaron's fucking pissed. Brees is pissed now too. We're gonna have an angry backfield with what they just snubbed him today. This is good. Like, so it's annoying for us as fans to have to listen to our team get shit on publicly and erroneously, but it's gonna set off some fires in these people, and everyone's gonna pay.
Well, I gotta address some comments in the chat here. Scott, if you knew anything about Nick Shine, once my plums tingle, I'm usually sleeping in about 30 seconds. There's no way I last for 30 minutes once I get the tingle in the plums, brother. The link is still up in the chat. I know Murdog's hanging out with me, but anyone else wants to pop in, feel free. The link is there. I know most of you are probably buried in fog, smoke, reefer. All right, big fella. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Thank you again. Guys, I never addressed this. The GoFundMe, which the big fella is a superstar, donated 100. My house, I told you guys I live in a sober home, and I brought up to the house, and then I donated $25 of our house money to it. The guys voted to support Hank and bring him down, so we put some of the house funds towards it. And we are at 491. So the flight was 197 round trip. The hotel was about 225. The ticket will be about 145. The tailgate will be 65. And I'm figuring 650 will be enough to cover him, and then we can move on and maybe get somebody else. So we're at 491 as of today. So hopefully by mid-July, we have that number wrapped up. And Clancy, you did that just recently or previously? I haven't checked it today, but I know you contributed earlier. But thank you for that. Let me just pull it here.
Oh, I see. Ricky and Wise in here.
Oh, Ricky showing up?
There were 180 something comments that I didn't check. Like it just said 180 something, but I just scrolled and I saw his name. Ricky still here?
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see Ricky comment at all. If I missed it, I'm sorry, Rick. So I'll read out everyone now. My House donated 25. Mark Ferraro, 10. Kimberly Klukoski, that was Kim that you guys saw in the chat yesterday that you got all excited about. She donated 25. Hawk donated 10. Daniel Murphy donated 10. VR donated 50. Midnight Mike, 25. Clancy, 30. Bonesy, 20. Mark Ferraro, 10. Knob, 26. Snowball, 30. Me, 10. Big Fellow, 100. Ricky Clemens, 10. Rick Kent, 35. Dane, 15. Infrared, 20. Me, 10. Johnny Jimenez, 10. Daniel Murphy, 10 again. So we're at 491. You know, we'll say like 675 just to be safe. Give Hank some money to cover his Ubers and stuff, his transportation, getting around when he's here. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, I didn't see Ricky either in the chat. Greg's saying he's working. He's taken the flight from Buffalo or Toronto. I forget where he booked it from. He said it was cheaper. I forget. He kicked the idea back and forth. Forgive me for not knowing off the top of my head. But yeah, it's from Buffalo to Newark. He's coming in the day before the game, so the 18th. And then I think he's leaving late Friday. So we'll have Wednesday to do stuff, and then I'll have all day Friday to do stuff. I think he's got like the last flight out on Friday. Excuse me. Yeah, Clancy, thank you. Everyone whose names I just read, thank you so much. God bless you guys. You guys are the fucking best. So for those of you who missed it earlier, Boy Green and I are doing a joint venture. We're looking to name it I Got Weird with the Beards, something like that maybe. Something fun, funny. You know, you guys are full of sense of humor and ribbing, so maybe a funny shirt with the pictures of us on it, like maybe like the flyer from the day maybe imprinted on the shirt. Tailgate Joe will be hosting us over in Lot E, over by the American Dream. Tyson Roch, his group will be over there too that day. So you'll see another group of Jets fans, another content creator. Boy Green and I will have a VIP tent set up. It'll be fun. You know, we'll have some merch available. I'll have Boy Green on maybe one of these Sundays early in July before we start collecting for ticket sales, and go from there. So tickets should be around 145. I'll have the final number from the Jets next week, probably late next week. I think they said last week of June they'll reach out to me with all the logistics, and then the tickets will be available for purchase the second week in July. So plan on getting your ticket money in around then, and then early August we'll start collecting for the tailgate, so I could send that over to Tailgate Joe, and we'll go from there. I'm working on it, man. My body hurts though, man. I'm telling you right now, my body hurts. I bought the regulation size football, and it's full of air, and me and the boy have been throwing it. I mean, I'm throwing missiles 20, 25 yards, throwing him routes. He's got a 7-on-7. He's going to be a junior, and he just got invited with the coach the new offensive coordinator. Last year, Old Bridge High School did not run a tight end. They ran 4 receivers and a running back almost all the time. So this year they have it. They're going to do a tight end, and the new offensive coordinator said to him, he said, "Shine, when I saw you, I was thinking about you for this tight end position." So he's almost 6 foot. His hands are bigger than mine, and he's really excited that he got invited down for the 7-on-7 on Saturday. It's only supposed to be 97 fucking degrees outside for 8 hours. So I might die on Saturday, but hopefully get to see my son play a little football. But yeah, big opportunity for him. Big year going into junior year. New offensive coordinator. The kid works harder than anyone. So say a prayer for the boy that it works out for him. Will there be? No, Tom, but I, as of right now, will not have the kids with me for that game. So I'm up for whatever. No, Clancy, Old Bridge. I live in Woodbridge. Nick lives in Old Bridge. Let's bring in the big fella. What's up, big fella?
What's up, man? I was saying that you need to go to bed, bro, because you were yawning a little bit. That's all.
Look, I got Bobby eyes right now. I'm looking at myself right now on the screen. I'm like, I got Bobby eyes.
Yeah, I hear you. So what's going on?
Nothing. I'm going to bed. Good night. No, I'm fucking.
Nice.
That's it.
See, my job is done.
Yes. Thank you. Nothing, man. Just I'm excited for all this, and I announced it earlier. I don't know if you were here. Boy Green and I are not making $1 on anything. Not with the tickets, not with the tailgate. We just want to provide a great, fun day for everyone. It's all money in for the tickets. Will be all money out. So I want everyone to send it on Venmo so I can use my Venmo card. I don't have to worry about transferring money, losing out on it, or asking people to send extra to cover the transfer fees.
Yeah.
I have a Venmo debit card. I'll use that to pay for the tickets. And then I'll work it out with Tailgate Joe how he wants payment. But he will take us on. He just won't promote it because he's already promoting Tyson for that day. So he doesn't want to be counterproductive. I'm like, dude, I don't need you to promote. I'm like, we got our numbers that we're looking for,
Yeah.
Just facilitate. And he's like, done. Don't even worry about it. Done. I'm like, all right, perfect.
No, it's great, man. I mean, you guys, you're doing a hell of a job, and let me tell you, you're doing a hell of a job.
I enjoy this shit. I know you're fairly new to the show the last couple months, but I made reference to it. My life was shit, and I always said that when things started to turn the corner and get better, all I would do was give it back to the Jet community. That there was over $2,000 raised last year for me in the GoFundMe, and between the GoFundMe, Gunny, Green Bean, and Jeremy did, and personal Venmos that people were sending to me, it kept me afloat at the worst time in my life. So my entire purpose is to give back to the Jet community.
Well, that's very honorable, man. And there really is. And congratulations on your sobriety and everything. I know you're very open and honest about that. So no, congratulations on that. That's actually.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people loving me when I didn't love myself. I wouldn't be here.
It's a huge accomplishment, and the fact that you recognize that, that's the most important thing, so.
There were many nights when I was partying at my worst and laying there and panicked and blitzed out of my mind where I didn't know if I would wake up when I finally did close my eyes. Mm-hmm. So I'm grateful every day that I wake up sober and I wake up with the opportunity to make the most out of this life when I threw so many days away. So a lot of people don't get that opportunity if they partied and consumed the way I did.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't ever get that opportunity. So
I hear you, man.
That's all I'm gonna do, man, is give back to those who love me, even if it's indirectly.
We're all glad that you're here, man. So
thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Now,
very nice of you, sir.
Oh, I'm a nice guy. But about the Jets, man.
Shoot, what do you got, man? What's on your brain?
No, I'm just looking forward.
Besides an awesome fucking hat.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to this season, a lot. And I was listening to you guys talk about JD and everything like that. So we can't blame him now. okay for anything. I mean, he set us up for success, and like Murdoch said, he's setting us up for the future as well. We could have blamed him for last season not having a competent quarterback room, and holding on to Zach Wilson too long, and just things like that. But you can't look to the past; you have to look forward.
Yeah.
So,
and money matters too. When you bring in Rodgers with that contract, and you have Zach on $10 million, you're not going to go spend $12 million on a third quarterback. You don't expect to lose Rodgers 4 plays in. Let's be real. Like, that's not part of your game plan. Like,
I'm not blaming him for that.
No. I'm not saying you're blaming him, but just you're trying to build a complete roster all around. Mm-hmm. To add another $8-10 million quarterback in the offseason wouldn't have been the best way to spend the asset.
That's true. That's true, but you also don't bring in Tim Boyle.
Yeah.
who is like the most ass quarterback I've ever seen in football.
True. I think his role would have been helping teach Zach. Like, if Rodgers is playing, his role would have been on the sideline talking to Zach, hearing on the headset, this is what we're looking for here. Even though Boyle can't do it. Like, some of the greatest coaches in NFL history were guys who knew the game but couldn't do the game, right?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But I don't know, man. That's Tim Boyle is to me, the best thing was when we got rid of him. I mean, personally, I wouldn't be upset if we brought Simeon in, and since Travis is hurt and he's supposed to be learning this year and all that stuff, I wouldn't mind him being the third because he knows the offense already, so.
We would have been better off bringing Uncle Rico from the backyard.
That's true.
Rather than Tim Boyle.
Yeah, if I just start running a few sprints, I mean.
Do a post route.
Yeah. I did 100 crunches today when I got home, like the Ozempic.
Good for you, man.
I'm trying, man. I did 5 sets of 20. And I did them.
Nick, I could probably help you like that. I mean, we could talk about it in a private setting, but that was a specialty of mine that I've helped people with, multiple people.
Nice.
So,
I'm trying to get rid of
I'll leave it there. Whatever you need is.
Get rid of the spare tire because I'm losing weight under the arms. When I lose weight, I lose it from here down. Yeah. So I'll get up and like the light will hit the wall when I walk to the bathroom and I'll see the spare tire. And I'm like, all right, you know what? 3 months ago, there wasn't the ring around. It was blah.
I could probably help you get rid of that in a matter of weeks.
Nice.
Well, let me tell you something. The way you looked in the video, I mean, you didn't look, overweight really that much. Not at all.
I have
just a big dude.
Insult.
Yeah, you're just a big guy.
I have the worst insult ever. You carry it well. I didn't know you were that big. You carry it well, right? Like, that's like the worst thing to say to a big guy. Like, oh yeah, you're big. Oh, I didn't know you were that big. It looks good.
No, in that video you look good, man.
Yeah.
That's 297.
Yeah.
I was 382 at my worst.
Wow. So you've done work already.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got to get it off of the belly.
No, listen, it's hard work, man. And as we get older, it gets harder. You got to do more, than you did when you were younger to maintain, and so it's not easy. So any work you're doing now is commendable.
Thank you.
It's
I'm trying, man. I look at it this way. Now that I finally care about myself, I've already had a heart attack. I don't know when, but like my EKG shows a
scar tissue.
Yeah, the rhythm, I guess they use. So, like, I don't want to drop dead now that I finally fucking take care of myself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sneak up
I just want you to look how silly you look.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine.
That's fucked up.
It was great.
You did him so dirty.
Whenever someone freezes, it happens. It happens to you a lot. With a lot of the cell phones, it happens too. What do you guys have? Do you have Androids?
I do, yeah.
Oh, me,
it's funny. I would be calling in on my laptop, but the microphone's broken. So I just have to use my phone.
Gotcha. Dude, you can get you can order like an $8 mic. Like if you wanted to do it from inside, you can order like an $8 mic on Amazon. It's just a USB plug-in.
Plug it in.
Like this, I got for I think it was less than $20, and it's a really good one.
See, I'm not tech savvy at all. I'm like computer illiterate, and I had to turn it on and off. It's about it. So I'm not okay.
Why you got to be hurtful, Scott? Me and my boy went to Myrtle Beach 3 summers ago. Yeah, it was 2021, the last week of July, and we were gonna do the helicopter thing, and they wouldn't let me on. I was like, just put me in the fucking middle. Like, oh well, with the weight. I'm like, all right. I go, look at that couple. I'm like, they're over 400 pounds each. I go, I'm 305. My kid's a little bit over 100. There's not much of a difference. Well, it's the weight dispersion. I go, put me in the fucking middle. They wouldn't let me on. It's the most embarrassing thing to fucking not be allowed on a helicopter.
Hey, real quick on what we were talking about Douglas. When I said although I'm a big JD truther, I feel like I gotta hold him accountable when necessary. When we're talking about holding on to Zach too long, not cutting the cord earlier.
Yeah.
Even though San Francisco made the same mistake we did, we took Zach, they took Lance. They moved on from Lance when he wasn't performing. I know there was an injury, but even when he was healthy, they went to a Mr. Irrelevant. They gave him a shot. He produced, and they said, fuck this. This guy's winning. This guy's not making the mistakes. Stuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Purdy. So I got to give San Francisco credit. I just wish JD would have done that, had that mindset of like, yeah, we screwed up, but that's just one dude. We got to win and just make decisions based on winning, not the money.
Well, you wonder if Woody was involved with that too.
Could be. Yeah. I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know if he's like a meddling owner. He doesn't seem to be, but absolutely. Definitely he could have said, well, let's give this kid every chance we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like JD has the balls to be like, Woody, pump the brakes. Like, let me handle the football,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. It definitely could have played a part for sure. Like pressure from upper management, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning the owner and his brother. So, yeah.
And
definitely.
I'm sorry. I just found that my friend's dad just passed away. I was kind of just sending him a message there. That was my stance when Rodgers went down and we didn't make a move immediately, that they were like, well, listen, we're not putting more money into this year. We know this year was built around him. Just deal with what you got.
I mean, it's prior to. I mean, going into the season because, just preparing for the worst. And they did that this year, which I'm glad he learned from that mistake. You got Tyrod.
Right.
He's like, that shit's not happening again. That's good. That's learning from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So if he makes a mistake, let's say he fucks up next year's draft, I'm cutting the guy slack because he's done so much good to where I just got to trust him that, they all make mistakes. All the GMs make mistakes.
Absolutely. They all make mistakes.
So it's, if everything goes to plan, right, with the roster we have, and the Jets are 15-2 and win the Super Bowl, is anybody still talking about getting rid of Salah? No.
Probably not. No.
They're not going to be focusing
on. There'll be some people, but those.
But what are they going to focus on? Because
those people can't be helped, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Well, it's just in them, right? It's just in their DNA to
exactly
send you a disagreeer. It's funny because with the wins losses, it's like if you're not, your record doesn't show you're a terrible coach, but if you win, all of a sudden you're great. So like the people that want Salah gone, like now, what happens if they win the Super Bowl or when they win the Super Bowl? What's your opinion of Salah going to be then? Does he automatically turn into a great coach?
No, it's another one. You should be like Joe D. You people done nothing but shit on me. I'll go somewhere where I'm appreciated. You know what I mean? Why wait for it to go downhill? It always goes downhill everywhere. Why wait for it?
Well, I hope it's not like once Aaron's gone, because I hope Aaron gives us at least 3 years. I don't even care. As long as he wants to play and he's still productive, I don't care if he's 46. Play as long as you want. Like we haven't had a quarterback in so long. Like really,
Ever.
yeah, I can't really think of ever. I mean, Pennington probably would have been good if he didn't have the torn rotator.
Yeah.
That kind of derailed him. So he had potential, but
I loved Pennington. He was so smart, and
yeah,
he didn't make mistakes. And he was so damn good.
I think he would have been a Drew Brees type. You know, not too big, didn't have the biggest powerful arm, but accurate, smart. I think he would have been that type of quarterback.
Yeah, Justin Tuck fucked us with that.
Who?
Justin Tuck.
Oh, Tuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm a Notre Dame fan, so.
Oh, there you go.
It was kind of like, oh, you fucking dick. Come on. No, we're in such a good spot. Like,
yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys in the chat. Yeah, my buddy called me the other day. He was down. And they put his dad in hospice. And I guess it didn't last long. It sucks. Cancer's a motherfucker, man.
Sure is.
Yeah, you guys made a lot of good points. I am going to do something that Johnny's never done. I'm going to wrap it up.
All right.
Murdog, thanks for hanging out twice.
My pleasure.
You for hanging out twice. I appreciate you, sir. You're a good man. And stay out of the way of the wrath.
Yeah, I got to be up in 3 hours for work. I don't give a shit. Talking about Jets. Jets come first.
Nice.
I got to call my wife. It's her birthday. She's over.
Jets come first.
Well, she's over in Russia right now, so it's 7-hour difference. So we got to.
She's waking up.
We got to make sure we can get her back.
Oh, she'll be back.
Yeah.
You fucking never know.
Do we have to give up like an arms dealer to get her back here? What's the deal?
She'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wouldn't surprise me.
Bonesy, I saw you pop in, brother. I saw you pop in, and I was trying to get you, but I didn't see your picture pop up. But, all right, Murdog, thanks for hanging out, brother. Appreciate you.
Always be good. See you next time.
Right. Take care, man.
Big fella. Are you coming up for the opener?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Are you coming in with the ticket package with us? Or are you doing tickets on your own?
I already bought my tickets. I'm bringing my wife.
Okay.
Bought some tickets and stuff like that, so it'll be good. Yeah.
Nice. You gonna tailgate with us?
We'll see what happens. Yeah,
we'll
see what happens. I mean, anything's possible, like Kevin Garnett said, man. So, you know.
Are you a Celtics fan?
No.
All right.
I'm not a basketball fan really
for the
anymore.
new generation, Jason Tatum said it because didn't he just duplicate everyone's celebration the other day?
I've heard, but I didn't see it.
I can't watch the NBA anymore. It's shitty.
I really don't have a team. Once the Nets moved out of New Jersey, I lost all.
I tried with the Durant and Irving thing, and
yeah.
After that, I was just like, "Fuck the NBA. I'm done. Give me college basketball. Give me North Carolina Tar Heels, and I'm happy."
Yeah, my son's a Sixers fan, so you know, I sent him to basketball camp down there when he was a kid, so he became a huge fan. So yeah.
Awesome.
But
all right,
get some sleep, my friend.
Oh, definitely. Later,
right.
pal. Have a good
All
night,
right.
man. Thanks for your
Take care.
support.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. It's a fun-filled show, eventful show. Thanks for Jake for calling in. Thank you for everyone else who watched, called in, kept the show going. Shout out to Knob for his five channel memberships. Clancy with 5. Jay Quest with a super chat. Craig Wilson coming in. Wilton. I'm sorry, my eyes are blurry. Coming in from Australia. 3 siblings with a super chat. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Nope, not tomorrow night. Tonight's Thursday. I'll be on Sunday night. But before you go, I have one more thing for you guys. Let's see, did it work? Nobody did it earlier. All right, maybe you guys are all subscribed already. But if you're looking for content tomorrow, go over to T.O.'s channel, and T.O. and Johnny will be on with special guest Mr. Bonesy at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you haven't already, you're missing out. They do a good show. It's called 411 in New York Sports. So go support them. 6 p.m. And yeah. Sunday night, I'll be here with VR. Our special guest will be Jigga Porto. And we will have a fun draft style list for you on Sunday night. So make sure you tune in here, 9 o'clock Sunday night. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. And be loud. Be proud. New York Jets fans. Have a good night.